New world order.
So I think we need to ADHD Sports, by the way. I think we need to go ahead and pencil in and start scheduling up against this show, the card show. I think you have got me down the path farther than I ever went. You tied me up to the back of the car and drug me down the path.
Right down
I'm there
the
now.
rabbit hole, right? The shell's been cracked.
Yeah.
Mark, last week, or it was
Mark's
earlier in the
back,
week.
by the way.
Woohoo! Welcome back.
I think Murdoch bailed him out of Cambodian prison.
I just had to make one bribe.
He was betting on people getting whipped over there, I think. I don't even know. It gets dicey.
I was like, I'll sell his backyard to the yard if you allow him to leave early. And they're like, all right, that's a deal. So we go back to get him out of that Cambodia prison. And
he's playing table tennis.
and he's already leasing out the backyard. And he's like, come back in 15 minutes. And I was like, no, buddy, we're here to get you. And he's like, come back in 15 minutes. And I was like, all right.
He's the kind of guy, I feel like if he went to a prison like that, for a little while, he would be like the wardens and the guards would love him because he's a gambler and he'd hit on a couple and they'd be like, this is our guy. And then he'd give him like a 12-leg parlay and then they'd kill him.
Right. Like, what are you? And then his body's covered with tats. He's totally tatted up.
It's like a hangover
with
thing.
like graphics from the Cambodian ward.
He's got Hard Rock Bet tattooed on his cheek.
Hell yeah.
I get that monthly vig. Player.
You know, I looked through that. They have like that point system. Like you get points the more you bet.
Talk to Mark.
How close has Mark gotten to the Tesla that they give away if you spend?
this week? He might have the key in the mail.
It was a weird week, that's for sure.
Tell him about your week. You had a week.
I had a week, yeah. Last, what was it, Monday night?
Yeah, I did.
I know.
You haven't been here for a bit.
Well, life happens. And darts, so.
Wow, he sounds beat down.
He's trying to short-term invest right now, for sure. But what happened during the week? Inquiring minds. Man, your Humbleites want to hear.
I was trying to find, and it won't go back that
hairline?
far, but that's whoa. Well, on Monday, what was it? It was Monday night, and I had the under.
Here we go.
I don't know. All I know is it came down to
And
I come in really hot from playing darts on Monday night. Don't remember much, but it's coming down to the 3-yard field goal.
Oh my Lord! Yeah, I remember. You stressed me out.
Yeah. All I know is that for some reason Hard Rock said, "Here, I'm going to give you a 100% boost."
Faded.
Is this the story you were telling me?
100% boost. So I was like, "Hey, whatever I had in my account, I threw it all on there on this parlay." Sure enough, $700. Boom. So
That's the Reader's Digest version of what happened. I'll tell you what really happened. Mark came in, and he's sideways. As he's leaving the house, have fun storming the castle, and he's like, "What's one thing that you like on the game?" Saquon catching 2.5 catches. I like Saquon on the.
Oh, you mean the worst Monday Night Football game in the last 20 years? That game? Ugh.
So it's 0-0 at halftime.
Yeah, it was.
and I had a bet of the over and all that, so I already lost half of the stack that I had.
So I have an understanding of what he's going to play as he's leaving the door, and he comes in, and I'm expecting a defeated 0-12 run that he was on. I was like, all right, he needs to purge his system. He needs to throw Jonah off the boat. He grabs his phone, and his wife's like, man, he's acting, he's a little weird tonight. And I was like, well, I know why. Because it's 0-0 at halftime, and Mr. Fat Pockets over here.
I already told him, I was like, I got 100 and something on this parlay.
Yep. And I was like, don't say that to me. He wasn't on a good heater. It's the opposite heater. He's on a freezer. And so he comes in and he shows me his phone.
Freezer.
And he has Philadelphia laying 1.5. He had, for the second half, he has Philly 1.5, the under of 20.5, and Saquon 2.5 catches. So the green check mark is next to Saquon. It's 17 to 20. It's 2017. Fourth quarter comes in, by the way. And he has Phillies up by 3. Green Bay,
Yeah, it's
it was 17 to 10, pardon me. 17-13.
10 to 7, I thought.
10 to 7, thank
Yeah.
you. I had
It was-
too many points.
No, yeah.
It's a 3-point lead by Philly with 2 minutes to go. He's swaying like he's a captain on a fishing boat on the deck
But he's all good at that,
in the Baltic
right?
Seas. He's not all good.
But he had Philly by 1.5.
Yeah,
They're up
he
by
had
3.
it, but here's the kicker.
I always lose.
He always loses. So he's already prepped and ready for a train wreck.
It's like
so
the
he won't
opposite of an
engage
iconic
me.
quote. Here's
I'm
the
not-
thing about
he
me.
came out. He has it on the big screen.
I turn it on.
He's got it blaring. I'm
He's-
in the kitchen, like
He's making
effing
a
everything.
tomato, bacon, lettuce, tomato without the lettuce. He's making a bee.
Do you remember the Avengers
BT.
movie where Ruffalo looks at Cap and goes, "That's the secret, Cap. I'm always angry." His is, "That's the secret. I'm always losing."
That's it. That's the secret. I'm always losing. So he won't look. I mean, he won't look me in my eyes.
Nope.
And he's in there, and he's being a dick. And I'm like, dude, I got it. You know, it's on TV. You have a chance here. If Philly scores a field goal, you're still under the 21 points. And the only bad thing that could happen is if Green Bay either scores if they kick a field goal, then you're doomed because it goes to overtime. But he won't have a conversation like we're having now. It is one way, and he's just cutting tomatoes.
Nope. Shut up.
So it gets down to Green Bay having the ball with 14 seconds to go. And he's lining up for the longest kick in Lambeau history, 64-yard field goal to tie the game. Mark won't look. And I'm sitting there, and he's not going to make this kick. He's never made a kick that long in his life, and it's Lambeau. It's
freezing.
It's 25 degrees.
Yeah, you're kicking a rock.
Right. So he shanks it left. And then
Well, I
Mark-
saw the warm-up kick, so I'm sure you guys are
Yeah.
sweating, and he missed it by an inch, and he still had 10 yards underneath it on the warm-up before they blew the timeout or whatever. And I was like, oh, he's going to nail that kick.
which they weren't allowed to do.
No, he snuck that kick in.
Totally snuck.
And I was
that
like,
kick
oh,
in.
he's going to hit the next one because he almost had it dead on already.
Yep. It was short, but he had he had the kick. It was just a little short. Misses the kick. Game final, and Mark, I hear Ric Flair from the kitchen. A super Ric Flair. And he's like, "Yeah, baby, $700, baby, woo!" And he's cheering, and Kelly's like, "What the hell?"
And before he made it to the living room, he had bet it all on table tennis.
By the time he puts his sandwich down, Wing Wong Ching Chong and Chevetsky, in a third set, he was already smashing the trifecta. He took a 3-team table tennis parlay that hit for a plus 260.
Jesus, dude.
That's his one play.
The tide is turning.
I don't know how. No.
It's spinning is what I meant.
I had a no sweat bet of up to
They're
50.
all sweats for
of
you.
up to $50. So I was like, even if I lose, I get my $50 back.
doesn't
So
have
I
any
threw that right out there, and I'll come walking over, and I like, look at this. $50, $351.43 I just won. He's like, get out of here.
On table tennis.
Yes, on table tennis.
Which you know nothing about.
Nope.
That's what makes me want to bash my head into a wall.
Preach.
If he's like you and he's running numbers and he can tell you where whoever went to college or whatever, and he's like, but he's just like, oh, that's a person, money. Like, what?
It gets even better though. So now I got $1,000 in there. I throw $100 on two guys. Boom, $196.92. I was just swinging.
Hey, so I used to think like it was, Murdoch was kind of mean and I would just
he is.
jump on the joke bandwagon,
Tell me
but
how you really feel.
maybe you do have a problem. Maybe like
I never had a problem until he moved in.
That is also true.
That
and
I can
accurate.
believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I take a lot of responsibility for that. Half of the reason why I don't sleep at night. And Miss Murdoch, I
It's you don't sleep at night because you're in his room while he's sleeping, whispering,
trying to change his password.
parlays.
His wife comes in with a fillet knife to my throat. Shut the up.
You're
Stop.
killing him.
You're killing him. You're killing him. I'm taking the under the Alabama right now. I gotta make
Yeah,
some.
it's weird because you seem just as bad, not bad, but I guess just as like in
Unlucky.
it as
Oh.
Mark. Like you're just as knee deep or ass deep as Mark is, but for some reason you
We have
you
a different.
deflect and throw the shade at Mark as to make Mark 10 times worse than he really is, even though you're literally next to him in the same
Well,
pit.
see,
of-
also, he goes out there and he's like a $5 parlay or whatever to get $14 or
See,
$19.
oh,
I'm
hold on,
like,
Mark.
What? It's not even worth my money.
no, but that we talked about this while you haven't been here. I'm on his team on that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because
There's nothing wrong with that.
I give
right.
him an example. The bet got so high for that Buffalo Miami game. It was like plus 8,000. If you would have put $1, $10. If you would have, he's talking about his $5. He's like, I had an extra $5. I'm gonna throw on Miami this week. That would wipe out all of your $1 to $2 bets.
Right.
That you lost for the entire season
Right.
on that one game when you're
Right.
betting small. Yeah, it would work too on a large, but you never lost your ass.
Right.
Well, let's put 40 on it then.
And everybody is right. I mean, everybody's feelings are theirs. I have a certain way about. It's more analytical and.
Yeah, it's statistical. No, I'm
It
with
is.
you on. I know
It-
exactly why.
It is.
I'm the
No,
same
we,
as
we
you. I
totally
don't.
relate to that. And there's other people that just like to go and have a good time, and they stick $40 on it. All right, let it ride. Let it ride. Roulette. The guy loves roulette. I think that's your favorite
You're
game.
crazy.
Craps and roulette.
Craps and
but-
roulette.
Jesus.
That's his style. So
Yeah.
when you see him go into the casino and run wide open, how you like your steak cooked? Well, hummus
right.
cooked. Is
But see, I would like to be able to tune that in when, like, even okay, if we're doing the $1 bets like me and you were doing, there might be one that I am 100% without a doubt locked in that I'm sure is going to hit. I can't ever mark up and go, I'm going to put 100 on that.
and you
Even though I know, how many times have I texted you
Yeah.
or you've texted me after the show like you put money on that, right? Like
Yep.
last time I nailed all those college upsets. He was texting me like you bet money, right?
Well,
It's
it's funny that way because I've done it. Every time I tell you, I mean, almost every single time I tell him and I don't bet,
they
it
win.
comes in.
that is also the other side of the blade for him. He's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he was 0-12. Not to tell stories outside of school, but he went on
A freezer. I
it
like
was
that.
a freezer.
Wasn't a heater.
Losing by a half
And
point.
then he doesn't make a bet, and it comes in, and he's like, God damn it, like, man, I lose 12 games in a row, and then I take a drink of a Coke, and I hit the game that I would have played. It's like, and it's brutal, but he just enjoys the thrill. It's just the roller coaster.
You always make that joke like shoving a needle in your arm
It's the
for like
jamming
World
the
of
needle.
Warcraft
Yeah.
and jamming the needle. Like that's his needle to
I'm
That's
going
jam.
to
his-
waste it somewhere anyway, so why not waste
I
it
took a
there?
f-
And then you do hit the one. Bang.
I
Back
took
in
I
business.
took a 4-teamer on Monday. I had Akron towards the end of the game getting 8.5. I had Toledo the next day. I had the over of the Jets game, and then I had Louisville last night.
Ooh.
Louisville.
Ooh.
It is Louisville. And so for $2, I've got action all week long. I bet $50
See,
games.
hold on,
I
that's the-
bet $10
That's the
games.
other
I
thing,
bet-
Mark. Why don't you take? Okay, so you're like, hey, I'm gonna lay 100 on this. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm like sincere.
I'm
If you're like,
listening.
hey, I'm gonna put 100 on this table tennis.
Yeah.
Why not split that into $10 bets on things that
'Cause
you
the
might be
Kool-Aid's
more
not strong enough.
more sure? But that's gonna lead you to the more money so that you can push in.
Well, because when it's 2:00 in the morning and I just got home, table tennis is the only thing that's okay.
Right.
But I mean, like, could you like spread that among the table tennis?
But he likes parlays and to go long. $10 to win 800.
Yeah.
40 to win 600.
Yeah.
Yep.
As
And
opposed
you,
to one
you
to
always
win
lose
6.
one, or twice this week, I lost everyone. Just play the other.
That was the skid.
It was two back to backs Both parlays lost and two of the ones that I bet on were minus 1,000 at the time that I made the bet, and they still lost.
It's just of what interests you as a gambler that makes you gamble. You know, I do like to. It is strategic. It is statistical, and I stack chips. I'll take a parlay for funsies, but I can't have all of them parlays. Last Saturday, I crushed, and you hit 6 out of 8 football games on Saturday. If I put them all together and I had that one swing game,
Yeah,
you
you're
lose
screwed.
everything. How do
Yeah.
you win 6 out of 8 games and lose money?
No, I mean,
Then you don't deserve to hit the withdrawal button.
I do the same. You know, we usually have one or two. Like that's kind of what we feel is a lock.
Yep.
Then I'll take that and flip it around with, maybe 4 other ones in there, and now I have my 9-teamer or whatever.
They call that a swing game. Got to have a game where if you hit it, man, now you're good. That's 1 out of 4 pieces that you need, but you got
Can't you
right.
double down. Okay, so you could bet each game separately,
Yeah.
and then also bet the parlay.
Sure.
So then you could double cash out, right? And then if you
could.
lose, you don't double lose.
Right.
So that seems like
Right.
that would be the.
So last night when I took Clemson
Oh.
plus 4.5 because I had Louisville's money line, and the kicker misses an extra point, and they lose by 1. That sucks. But I get Clemson because I have a $2 bet that's worth 14. So am I going to sit there and hope that I'm right 4 times in a row? No. That's 12 to 1. No. So I take the other side and I take Clemson plus 4.5, and I take it with this, and I take it with that, and I take it with this, and that's my other side. So I'm cheering for Louisville to win the game, but if they don't, now I've taken $4 from the 13 I was going to win, and I put that on the Oregon over. I put that on the Alabama money line today. I put that on the over of the Pitt game in addition to the Clemson. So if I'm wrong about Louisville, I lose $2, but I already gain one part of the leg, one leg from that parlay. It's advanced, 101. It's gambling 101. It's not for the.
Yeah, you need to teach gambling.
But you do see statistics, and you're very analytical in that
Oh,
regard.
I'm very special in
So-
that way. Yeah.
That's where I totally you absolutely see the matrix like I see it.
Well, that's why,
And
like, I
other
get where
people
Mark's
see it.
coming from. Like, oh, it's not worth it. But if you take the little play over time and not even that much, it'll end up blowing away the bigger
I
plays.
totally
to
get it
push
too,
in.
and
But-
it's just a flavor.
No,
of what
that's
you
his
like.
thing. No, I get it. But that's like, if that's the case, then I'd play both. If that's the angle he's
He could
coming
take
from.
straights, take 4 straight bets, and then 1 parlay.
And then cover your ass on the
But
backside.
it doesn't taste as good as the fillet. You're trying to give him a flank steak, and he's like, "No, babe,
I don't want a Whopper. I want a filet
Yeah,
mignon.
that's right.
Yeah.
Give me the Culver's burger. I don't want Jack in the Box."
Yeah, it's just like when we're at the casino and I'm betting, and the wife is like, "Oh my God, I could have gambled for an hour on that bet," and I'm like, "Yeah, if I would have hit it too, you could have gambled for the whole day."
It makes me cringe. I don't. There's not a lot of things that make me uncomfortable. When him roll around the corner asking about Jimmy Butler overs makes me Jokic. So what about Jokic? I gotta go, man. You're on your own here. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Now SOD. Come on, man. We
That's
do
a
have
great
some
segue right into college football.
right into college football. We got some heaters right from Jump Street this
Pull
morning.
up my list.
Speaking about Jump Streets, this iced tea. Colors. Mark
By the way,
is.
you know something I don't
Walk.
say?
Bad.
If you're watching, I should start the show and end the show with these. If you're watching and you're not listening on the podcast and you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, that kind of stuff.
Please and thanks.
We got a core of like right now.
that way when they see the guy on that's in the mall with
Oh boy.
a rifle or on the bridge and they're like, "Oh man, local man loses 14 games in a row." I'm like, "Oh man, I know that dude. I listen to him. I watch him on TV. Hey, come on over here, hon. Look at this guy. This is the guy I bet the other side of."
That's effed up.
That's not my fault.
He's not as bald as Murdoch said he was.
I'd like a courtesy call. Can we think that if it did go down and he decided to really make some poor choices,
Never.
that at least I'd get a wink, like maybe you should go outside and have a heater, Murdoch. You know, like hey,
eBay.
that's gonna what you're gonna. If you ever hear him say eBay, and he's sweating,
guy's code.
just let's find an exit. Let's go back this way.
Sounds like he's Brett Favre. eBay.
Right?
That's where that comes from. We say that. That's our safe word in the house.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
when Miss Murdoch rolls up,
Hold on, that doesn't get confusing because you guys operate an eBay store. It's
That's
not
why
like.
it goes. That's why it goes
Oh,
down.
that's why it
easily.
covers.
that's why.
Okay.
And we've got a couple of days, so like we do, we could say one word in a tone that was different than the other word that
That's
they
why I
normally
figured you
hear,
wouldn't even need a code. word.
and we don't. But when Miss Murdoch rolls up and I'm burning heaters in the back because I say I don't burn heaters and I'm burning heaters, when someone rolls up on the crib, you get a quick eBay, and I can get out of
that
there.
way, just in case that person overhears it, they just hear someone saying eBay,
Right,
and
that's-
then
there
you
you
could
go.
they go, hey, something happened on eBay. Oh yeah, we sold.
Yeah. And I'm closing the refrigerator door outside, and she's like, "Oh, he's just outside getting a drink." I was like, "Yeah," and then I run away for a few minutes and come back, and so that's the eBay. Just, look out, look out, moving parts, look out.
So if we're ever on the phone and I just start talking about eBay a lot,
That's
you'll
it's
catch
a dump.
it.
Kayfabe, dump, whatever you're talking about. Hit that dump button. We just let everybody know.
Yeah.
Well, now we gotta have a new word.
That's right.
Well, we also have that
Table tennis.
that little dog in there that kind of.
Oh my lord! this little guy, he sees us come and go. We leave for 30 seconds.
Is this the dog that hates you?
Yeah, that hates everybody.
Except, yeah.
What do you mean?
He barks at everybody.
Well, he barks at everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, you're offended, Mark, now about the
he
dog.
barks. He barks at everybody, but he really does bark at Miss Murdoch.
Yes.
And
Jesus, yes.
I mean, that's his job. That's his now. He's dedicated the back nine of his life just to barking at her. Anytime that he sees her, she's there. I mean, she stays there essentially, 4 or 5 days a week. And she'll walk out of the room having been established in the house for the day. And he's like, "Mother F you," and nonstop, and just glared at her and just cutting promos.
You're still here?
And she's like, "Dude, seriously, I've been here. Like, why are you barking at me?" And he's like, "F you." It's awesome. And that happened this morning pretty early. She's like, "Oh man, it's too early for that. Come on." It's like, all right, man. Well, your cat's meow with dumb shit, so I gotta be on Team Jackson. And she doesn't dislike Jackson. She loves animals, so she loves Jackson. But he just
And Jackson
he
loves
just-
everybody anyways. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
He's never bitten anyone. And,
No.
And
and he wags his tail
Yeah.
and stuff. He's
he's just letting you know, like, hey, what the hell are you doing here?
Hey man, I need to bark now. I'm
Yep.
obligated. College football today. I got a lot of something else. We got some games. I'm taking the over of the Notre Dame Pitt game.
Pitt's going to beat him, right?
I just took Pitt getting 14 and a
I know
half.
you did, but they're going to beat him heads up, right?
And there's the microcosm of what I go through and what he goes through and what his enjoyment is and what mine is. I said 14 and a half. He's like, "Dude, that's stepped on dope. That's college dope.
That's-
I want the Bolivian
I don't want no baby powder in
pick
my
of
bed.
butter. I want that stuff. I want that brick to not even move when I pick it up. I want the real dope, homie." It's like, all right, the real dope.
Pitt
You're
wins by
getting-
3.
They're plus 375.
Yeah.
So if you bet $1, you'd get $3.75 back. 10
Oh,
to
see,
win
that's
37.
a game. I've been preaching Notre Dame's overrated all year.
You might get your.
I might invest in that one.
I could see a scenario where they win that game. And they're ranked. Their quarterback's a freshman, but they've been winning with him, and it's at home.
hmm
And Notre Dame, they're on the road. Hey, it could happen today. It could happen, and that's a sexy. If you're
Plus
looking for
375.
plus 3-7, so you pick 3 games. Bean, you find 3 games on the table. All right, let's do that. We're gonna find 3 dogs
Get the phone out.
that you want to play for the whole day, and I'm gonna take Pittsburgh's money line. That's game number 1. Then you're gonna look for another game that you think, okay, it's a home dog, or find a dog that you would like. Indiana's going to mop the floor with Wisconsin, but that could be an under game. Wisconsin, I wanted to break this game down. In fact, I'm going to while you look at the other dogs.
Well, I'm
looked
looking
at
real
this.
quick at Pittsburgh here. Now I'm like, ugh, they lost to Louisville, who just got beat by Clemson.
Louisville is a good.
They lost to West Virginia.
I think it was in West Virginia, though.
It was. And they barely beat Florida State,
Okay.
when Florida State was ranked.
14.5 points at home, and that's a game that it's a game you might, if you're looking to take a dog,
Well, I mean, at plus 375, that's $1 to get me
and they're ranked.
375.
They have a good team. Man, a team will lose to another team that they shouldn't once a year. They have that. We talked about that months ago.
Oh, yeah. No,
How
I agree.
You win a game you shouldn't, and you lose a game that you shouldn't. It's being able to.
Well, if you look at Notre Dame, they've lost to Miami. They lost to A&M. I'm trying to look for a signature win. Their best win of the season would be against USC. It looks
That's
like.
a game I like today. I like the USC game.
You like Iowa beating them?
I like the over of that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And Iowa isn't your dad's Iowa Hawkeyes anymore. They spell forward progress. They can spell first down. They run the ball and they throw the ball. The quarterback actually throws the ball forward. It's wild. It's completely wild. Iowa only ran the ball and played defense and won 13-10 every week, and now they're scoring points.
Let me ask you a question. If a parlay becomes super popular, is that one you stay away from because
Pre-made parlays? I don't.
no,
do
just ones that like how they'll have people that make them and then they raise up and they're like, this is a popular.
Yeah, they're just trying to get you to
Well, 'cause,
dump
like,
money into a.
Pittsburgh. This one, Pittsburgh winning, Oklahoma winning, and Iowa winning doesn't sound that unbelievable.
Okay.
But but 10 pays almost 450.
They
Which-
want you to pull an MCM and just play a parlay because it's 6-1, and then they say, you know what? Hey, pal, this is normally 6-1. Psst, hey, Mark, let me get $10. I'm gonna make it 8-1 for you. You know, just for you. And if you
But
see
shouldn't
it,
that scream, don't touch that then?
yeah, but it's not. You and I aren't the average person that logs in and looks at their screen, because it's the guy that worked all week long, and he's like, all right, man, I got my money, so let me see what I can bet. And then there's flares, and when I put my stuff on eBay with the fire emojis in the listing, that's why. So they see mine when they're looking at the other 10. Their eyes are drawn to red and yellow.
So with that, okay, I guess my question is, if you were putting a 3-team parlay together, like we're talking about right now,
Mhm.
you just said let's do 3, and your 3 came to something like that, all of a sudden you see that the 3 that you happen to pick is also,
Yeah.
do you abandon ship? Because
I've never even looked at the pre-made
Okay.
parlays because they.
See, that's where my brain goes because I feel like everything I feel like is
I have a buddy that he goes, I didn't know
intertwined.
you can make like. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't know? He goes, I thought when you looked at that, those were the only ones that you could do at parlays. I said,
What
"Heck
people don't
no."
know. Yep, you could make your own. You could make them pre-made. That's up
No,
to
I
you.
get that. I was just wondering, like, if you made one and happened to see that the one that you made coincidentally happened to rival.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
I've never seen the one that I like be the same one.
Okay.
No, because they are actually setting you up as.
Yeah,
I mean, they're in the business of making money.
Right.
What was the game that I was going to break down? I was just talking about that game. It was
Well, we were doing Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, and then
We talked about Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah,
was it Iowa?
I think so because you said how they were.
I mean, there's always.
Oh, it was Wisconsin. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, I
So
remember you
Wisconsin,
talking about that.
All right,
Knox.
so the Wisconsin game, Wisconsin, and they're on the road today at Indiana. Indiana had
Oof.
better lucky than good. I had Indiana's money line last week, and they had a classic galvanizing, season reinforcing drive with a minute and a half to go to win the game on a catch that makes Odell Beckham look like a church league flag football catch. It was wild to win the game, and I stayed in the day because of that catch. And I was like, I shouldn't have had that one. That one, you scream about the losses, the bad beats, the extra point
you
last
got to
night.
praise the good stuff.
You got to embrace the good stuff.
Yeah.
So last week I had the good stuff, and I play a 12 o'clock game. I play a 3 o'clock game. I play a 7 o'clock game as my parlay. And if I make it through the day, then I can play the other side and take my money back, just like last night with the Clemson. But here's Wisconsin. Wisconsin in the last 4 weeks, 10 points. They scored 13 points against Washington. They score 7 against Oregon. They score nothing against Ohio State. They score nothing against Iowa. They score 10 against Michigan. They score 10 against Maryland. They score 14 against Alabama. Does that sound like a great offense?
No.
It does not. Now, they played some tough teams. Alabama, Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon. That's a tough gauntlet. But zeros, plural, 10s and 7s. Now they got to go to Indiana, and
Well, you've been on Indiana's train for 2 years.
for sure. And here they are now.
Arriving
Tough.
at the station.
They have arrived. Everybody's grabbing their luggage, and they're like, "All right, we're here," and they're gonna be formidable in the playoffs.
You know how good I think that is for college football?
Super good.
If Indiana can hang on and actually win the whole thing, it's so good for college football. People do not understand how good that is for college football.
The SEC being
I love the SEC too,
being a bit more even now,
but
where the Ole Misses come up and the LSUs fall down and the Floridas fall down and you get teams. It's with the NIL, you're able to go out and okay, well, we're going to spend $20 million today, and that's okay. Go do it. Now you get the kids that you couldn't have a chance to get before because it was just recruiting and just, hey, come to the blue chip.
Yeah.
Alabama, come to Alabama. Georgia, come to Georgia.
and now you'll have people taking chances maybe more on kids that they wouldn't have because maybe they've priced themselves out of getting this specific recruit. And now this one that might be good but has a bad rep, you got to take a chance on.
But now there's money involved, and that money changes things. Every school doesn't have to spend the money, and they don't.
Right.
And but they can if they want to. Indiana, for the same game that we're speaking of, that they beat Penn State last week. That was a wild game. We did talk about how Penn State was the dog of the day. Like that, Penn State at home, it was, and they were getting a handful of points too. They were over a touchdown, and they were in that game. Indiana, they won 27-24. They scored 50 against Maryland, allowed 10. They scored 56 against UCLA, allowed 6. Scored 38 against Michigan State, allowed 13. Beat Oregon in Oregon 30-20, and beat Iowa at Iowa 20-15. And then Illinois at the beginning of the year was 63-10, 73-0, 56-9. Their offense is clicking. It's Rick Beamer, Vatek from 30 years ago, where Rick Beamer was like, you know what? We're up 65 points. I got boosters I got to do what I got to do.
People
he was
happy.
known for that, and would come right out of his mouth. Is like, I'm keeping it on the floor. He kept it on the floor. Spurrier kept it on the floor.
Oh God, I remember
F
those
you.
days as a little kid.
Pun intended.
It's the fourth quarter. They're up 60-7, and they're like, "Oh, is there a minute and 40 left? We could probably put another touchdown in."
And he's just giving the middle finger to the SEC on the other side. Whatever. Watch me do it.
Danny Werfel throwing another touchdown.
And that's
Look
what
at that
Tom
name.
does at Indiana. So today's game, if Wisconsin can't stop anything, and Indiana wants to really keep now that the playoff bracket is out and the standings are out there, and that's a real thing, you want to position yourself. You get a bye. Those first 4 teams, they don't have to play. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You get to sit back at the house and get right,
You get
lick
to
your
watch.
wounds, get ready. And other teams got road. There's some garbage teams out there that get to play, but hey, it's the playoffs. So if you want to put Boise State in, BYU, and all these other, then they go to Ohio State and they get shellacked. But that's great. Texas, they're 30-1 still. They played Georgia today. They lose to Georgia, they're off the board.
I think that's what's going to happen. Probably.
But, and that's where my inner MCM is triggered, because if I'm right, or if they do win, that 30-1, they're top 10 now. If they were to beat number 5 Georgia, they're going to go down, halfway down. They'll move down to 6 or 7, beating a top 5 team. And then other people that lose. That's the other half the reason why those other teams are ranked, because The teams in front of them are losing. Texas Tech's pretty good. I've watched 3 of their games this year. It's not the Zach Thomas team of Texas Tech anymore. Yeah, that's right. Dropping names. It's not the Pat Mahomes team. They have defense. They win with their defense. It is not the run and gun, the Cliff Kingsbury Texas Tech. They've got a, and they bought their team, by the way. That's the NIL. Perfect. You were talking about segues. They didn't have a team like this because they never spent any money. And then their guy was like, you know what? If we spend a few dollars, we might get ranked. We might like be good. And then more kids are going to want to come here. And then we're going to get
Slow down.
We're going to get more. Hold on, my nose is bleeding. We're going to get more money from the television rights because we're on TV more. Someone get a mop. I'm bleeding all over the place. Yeah, let's do that. And
Master
then
Roshi.
3 years later, they're ranked and they're a contender. They're this year's. They are this year's Indiana from last year. They're a year early. They're not there yet, but they've set the foundation for success in the future. All with the NIL money. If you can spend it the right way, and they did, because they aren't getting recruits going over there to play defense. Speaking of Zach's kid, wasn't Zach, but it was the lineman last night in the Louisville game. He's a lineman for Clemson. Who was his daddy? Brandon Jacobs. You remember that? I almost had
The running back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't spell football.
Yeah, he
No
was the guy that would
jokes.
like lower his head and just.
I knew a dude growing up after we got out of high school. He had a painting service. He was from that area.
Why'd you look at Mark?
And
It's not me.
he said that he was so stupid. He was a Saluk. He was a Northern Illinois. They had to dumb down the playbook for him to where they grabbed him and said, run left, just run left, run right. He couldn't look at a play and understand the play.
Forrest Gump, just run.
Just run. I mean, like everybody has a gift, and this guy was super strong and super big and super strong. Man, the guy could run. He could run, but he couldn't spell his own name.
Who took his tests?
Exactly.
Mike
Mike
Allstott.
Allstott was Will Hunting, and so he was there last night. And he was freight training people and laying pancake blocks. And Miss Murdoch's like, "Geez, that's a big boy." And I was like, "His daddy is about 2 inches shorter than he is, and can't spell his own name." And she giggles. I was like, "No, but I mean that. I mean, he can't spell his own name." But when you're that good, you find a way to get on the team. Miami Hurricanes, Georgia Bulldogs, all the big teams. We had a guy that worked for you when we worked at the theater 30 whatever years ago.
That was 30 years ago.
And
Oof.
the white kid
32 years ago.
that I beat up with, with gloves. I beat a lot of kids up, but
You?
it was
Man,
I used
after we'd closed, the moves are still going on, waiting to get out, at midnight or whatever. So everybody's done. These jokers are in the lobby putting gloves on and just fading each other right there, right in the lobby.
they wanted to taste it. And so
you were more than happy to give a
I
sample?
was like, "Here you go." And Mark enjoyed to watch that. Our lead, the head guy, Randy, he was in martial arts. He's very quiet, very stoic. Only shared his personality a little bit once in a while. He didn't laugh. I mean, he wasn't like walking around having a good time, cutting it up. But he would chuckle. He would smirk. That was his. He didn't show a lot of emotion. And so one day, he knew I boxed and I had gloves. And I took him everywhere with me and would fold people like lawn chairs. And that stuff excited him. And so he wanted to see people get beat up. And so I got the gloves. I was like, "Hey, Randy, can we fight out here?" And he's like, "Okay, go ahead." So we put the gloves on. And this kid played football for the local high school. And was he was advanced classes. So the Hurricanes take him. They offer him a spot on the team because his 13.5 GPA helps the other
Yeah.
whatever whatever word you want to use for that, for the rest of them, and it was buoyant. It helped his GPA, and he's like, I know why I'm going there. So he put gloves on, and it was like Diggstown. It was like Louis Gossett Jr. I would fold the first guy, they'd give the gloves to the next dude, they'd fold that guy, and this kid, we went out, and he got a 2-wing and a biscuit sale, and Randy's chuckling. Randy eventually wanted to find out for himself, and he did, and that was an event. That was during the Super Bowl, I think, the Buffalo Bills Super Bowl.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which
Beautiful.
loss?
Nice job. They all lost. That was a good time, but yeah, that was him. You make me think and reflect.
That's what I'm here for.
I did put my hands on a lot of people. Poor Keith.
I was just gonna say, Keith. He always wanted.
Always wanted the heat. Always wanted the smoke.
They worked in a grocery store. They are working.
He's the cashier. I'm the bag boy.
He goes, "We're doing it right now." Walks outside around the building on the clock. Walks away from his cash register.
Mid beep beep mid beep.
So you guys are getting heated as the customers just trying to pay for their groceries?
This is my age. This was my homeboy. All right. So Keith was my road dog,
Oh my god.
and so he would run his mouth. It's just like us.
He's
He's
a white
Vanilla Ice.
Well,
he looks like.
definitely Vanilla Ice. Oh my God! I mean,
People thought he
doppelganger.
was Vanilla Ice.
Doppelganger. But he acted like Smokey from Friday. That was his.
Jesus.
He
Yes.
ran his mouth all the time. He had the worst chin in history, but that doesn't.
Glass Joe.
It doesn't. Glass Joe.
Never even backed
And
never,
run in his mouth.
Never.
I'll fight
oh.
you. And his old man's like that. His old man wanted to fight the whole clique as well. He didn't care.
Well, his old man was.
So yeah, he's a cop from Rockaway, and he's like, F yous to Treasia.
Yeah.
He's Irish. He's just Irish. He can't help himself. He just mother
Keith
F's
had
everybody.
size of height.
Yes.
That was it.
He was 6'4". He still is probably.
Yeah.
But he couldn't fight to save his life. So here he is picking a fight with 4 people. I'm like, oh man, here we go. And someone flicks him in the jaw, and he goes down like an accordion every single time. So he would run his mouth. Bean, we're at work, and he's like, you can get it right now. And I was like, what? And I was like, dude, you can have it right now. And he takes the apron off, and the light goes down, and the lady's in the middle of her order, and he turns and leaves, and so do I, right out the front door. We walk down the plaza to Sally's, the hair product place. And so it's the corner there, and there's one open spot, a parking spot, and then the rest of the cars are there. There's a woman in her car
Right there.
And so he's bouncing around. He's bouncing around with his hands swinging hands, being a
Idiot.
acting like a white guy that isn't white. And I still have rehab. I go to group once a week for my white challenged Brothers Anonymous. And so he's bouncing his hands and bouncing. Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah, you ready? You ready? You ready? And as soon as his body stops,
You gave him a little boop.
I turn my hips. I put it right on the button. I mean, as soon as my hands are still fast, but back then they were quick. And he stops and blam! And he takes her mirror off.
He went night.
Straight down, and she says, Jesus Christ. And he's on the ground asleep. He's asleep. And his brother was there, my other homeboy, White Brian, as you will remember the stories about White Brian and Black Brian. White Brian, that was his brother, his half-brother. And he always would get folded, just get folded like long sleeves. So we have to get him up.
That woman was horrified.
She was horrified.
So you knock him out and then help him up.
And then, yeah. I was like, oh, man, we got to
about
get back
that.
inside because he's night. So we get back inside, and the lady's still waiting for her peas and stuff to be, and there's people
You're
walking
propping
around.
him up at the cash register.
Man, I brought my gloves with me to school. I brought my gloves with me to work. You never knew when it was going to go down.
That's bananas.
And we had a friend, Kevin, that acted foolish. Kevin and I had a messed up game where if you could, the movie Tag, or if you can sneak up on your buddy and deliver a punch to the stomach as hard as you could beg Jesus to allow, you were honored that punch because I snuck up on you.
It's a dangerous game, man.
It's a
in real
vicious
life.
game. He's
Kill somebody.
he's opening the doors to the theater. Exits on your left, restrooms to your right. Bathrooms to your left, restrooms, exits to your left, bathroom to your right,
And you
and
just
I
appear?
come from behind him, and I went through his sternum, like to his backbone.
Psychopath.
He vomits. Down he goes. Back to and so now people are looking at me assault this dude. I mean, droves of people coming out watching me assault him. But that was our game. We're cleaning a theater after the rush, after everybody leaves.
Oh, God.
And we would always mess around, dude. We were 18, 17, 20, pick your favorite number. And we liked wrestling.
He knocks
WWF for
himself
life.
out. He knocks
We-
himself out.
We were cleaning as you know, anybody that has been to a movie, the floor goes down at an angle.
Mm-hmm.
So we're cleaning row by row. You find all kinds of wild shit in the
Oh,
movie
you
theater.
could, you name it, we found it.
Everything, from everything to everything. I look up, and he's 2 rows back from me, standing on the armrest of one of the seats. And he jumps to land a bionic elbow. Because, hey, man, if you can punch me in my stomach, you can look up to a random bionic elbow. All right. So up he goes, and he's in the air. I mean, he's 8 feet in the air. Because the chair is probably 3 feet.
My God.
And up he goes, and he misses.
Oh.
And he hits his head
Oh.
on the chair,
chair.
next to
No.
me, asleep.
Oh, my God.
So now I have to leave do you remember that?
Yeah, but you went to Randy. You didn't come to me.
Yeah, that's right. I leave and I go find Randy. I was like, dude, we got a problem. And I was like, what's the problem? I was like, Kevin is unconscious. He's like, Jesus Christ, Chris. I was like, I didn't do it
This time?
this time. He comes down. Kevin's asleep on the floor with a golf ball knot on his forehead. And we get him awake. We come out, and you just never knew. You never knew. I punched a dude in the kidney because I know where to punch people to hurt them. I understand. And we had a dude, Gary,
Yep.
that tried to holler at your old lady first once upon a time. And she was like, mm-mm. So Gary, who can't spell his own name, nice guy, he wanted to get it on. He liked to wrestle. Didn't he do some like amateur wrestling
I
or
don't
something?
know. I don't know, but he was one that always wanted to.
Get it on.
Yeah, and he had
Playfully.
He had
Yeah.
some muscles to him.
He was strong.
He had strength.
His dad had a carpet business, so I find out. Don't read to the end of the book. But his dad had a carpet business, and he helped his dad with this carpet business. He's big, strong. He was strong. He was cock strong. He might have been, I don't know, maybe 5'9", 5'8". He wasn't super tall.
No.
But he was thick. He put your hands on you. You know that you're somewhere. So he's like, all right, man, come on, let's fight. And I was like, no, man, no. And he comes up and he bear hugs me, and I was like, man. So I get off and I was like, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm going to kill you.
So he's like, no. So he's kind of being playful. And he comes up to me again. He wraps me up, and I hit him in the kidney.
Ugh.
And he goes, oh, and he stiffens up, and then he re-engages. And I said, Gary, I'm going to hurt you. Get your hands off me. And he comes in, engages again, and I whack him again. Stiffens up, because if you have not been hit in the kidney,
I haven't.
it's not great.
Not a fun thing.
That's not great at all.
No.
You'll pee blood.
Yeah.
That's why those punches aren't allowed in boxing. Kidney shot, man. He comes a third time, and I hit him like I meant to. And he freezes. And he's like, ah! And he freezes like being electrocuted. And then he walks away, and he's holding his back after a moment, and he can't walk real well. And then he asks, he's got to go home. His dad reaches out to Randy, to the manager, looking to sue me because his son, I punched a hole in his kidney. There was a hole in his kidney like the size of a head of a needle. But there was a hole in his kidney because of me striking him,
And now he can't work.
and he can't work. So now his dad's losing money at the carpet. That's why I knew what his dad did for a living. His dad lost, resources. Well, that's what you get. Man, I tried to tell you. I love boxing. Boy, I love. Whew. And people still want to put the gloves on. Like I'm 50. They're like, come on, man. I was like,
No, I'm
"What?
good. I'm all right.
I'm all right.
I'm
You
okay."
should be all right. How about we don't for you? Nah. All right. You can taste it. If my knees were good,
I was just going to say, I'll take you on any time because you will fall to the ground.
my mobility is a little
Just stand in
challenged.
one spot, like King Hippo from the Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah. I got to stand at one spot.
I'll just flip you in the kneecap and you're going to go down.
See, he doesn't even want to fight clean. He wants to fight dirty. He wants to do the Pittsburgh Steeler shuffle.
Fight
So
smarter.
Boy, so we got sidetracked.
Wow.
Indiana was the last point of the
That's
topic
where it all
point.
went from.
The
So
I like-
Indiana wins by 100 today, right?
I don't know that they do. I kind of like the under a little bit. I don't. I like Indiana should win by 40.
43.5 is pretty
That's
low.
that's the big. It looks low. And then it's 23 to 13 because Wisconsin played some defense. But Indiana should walk the dog. That should happen. Be careful of Northwestern at home today against Michigan. Sorry, Black Brian. Be careful. It's a trap. Michigan laying 10.5. There's your. You know what? There's your second game. You want to? We were talking about a dog parlay. Northwestern for funsies plus 325. Pittsburgh plus 375. Now look at a 3:00 game, Mark, that you like, or a 7:00 game. You find something down there on the bottom. Where is? If you liked Oklahoma on the road today at Alabama, or
Texas
okay, Texas is there. You go. What's Texas?
plus 175.
Should Miami be on upset alert from NC State?
Yeah.
NC
Is your
State
boys
over.
Gonna,
My-
your boys
my-
going to do anything there?
How many weeks have I said NC State overs? And every week it's an NC State over. Miami is disappointed for 2 weeks in a row. I brag about hitting 6 out of 8, and I do. I've taken Miami's over 2 weeks in a row and have burn marks on my
That's
hand.
one of your O
I'm tired of going to the oven. Continuing to go to the oven after I know that the light is still red
Keep
and it
putting your
says
hand
hot
on
surface.
on the hot stove.
It says hot surface, and I was like, oh, what does this mean?
Or maybe does Florida do something?
Okay, now we're
Ole
really
Miss?
talking. I like the language you're speaking. I just have to find.
Florida put together another should have won against the
We
top
take
team last
Florida,
week.
game 3. That's the third game.
There you go.
Florida money line, Northwestern money line, Pitt money line. A $5 bet.
Nice
Get
glasses.
you $454.22.
A $5 bet is a 400 and
There you go.
3 teams, not 10.
There you go.
Oh Jesus, he just bet it.
He's like, "Did you say put 100 on that? Is that what you said to do?"
But when Pitt strokes, now you
I put $1 on Pitt to
for
win
the analytical
475.
part, if you play 2 12 o'clocks, you can't hedge the other side because they're both live.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you took a 12 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, and a 7 o'clock, now if the first 2 hit, you could play the other side of the third one.
You could play that Texas Georgia at 7:30 live almost if you were trying to
Yep.
make up because
Yep.
that's going to be a tight game.
Yep.
I think.
So that $5 bet, Mark just actually bet. That's a good bet. That's a $5. If you bet $1 is for 45.
Yeah.
And there's your principle of all right, it's worth $1. Can you be right once out of 45 times to do that? You
That's
pick
what I
three
mean.
dogs?
Odds wise, it seems like if you played that way, you would
We're
always
smart
come out
guys.
on
We
top.
tend to hit our bets, so you're not going to hit all of them. But let's see what happens today. It's a long shot. It's
I
40.
did $1 on Pitt. It gets 475 back. That's
Yeah, you get your $1 back plus 375 of their
375, yeah.
money.
That's not bad.
I'm gonna have to make a load of something else.
I got to get with you guys with the Pokemon stuff so that I can.
I was
Have
talking to Mark
budget
during the
stuff
week
about
about
that,
that
yeah.
after you and I ripped that box. and we pulled good cards out of the box. And the
You
hook-
did. I pulled like one okay card. You smashed.
Bean had the hook in his mouth, Mark. There was blood everywhere, and like I can't. And they're like, "But I'm gonna put the fish back in the water." I was like, "Nah, he swallowed the hook. We're gonna have to make him sleep. This fish isn't gonna live." He was totally in. We do the one card at a time. We ripped Phantasmal Flames last night, the brand new Pokemon cards that just came out this weekend.
That
We
you're
rip
covered-
it
that
last
you're
night.
surrounded in over there.
Gonna do a lot of ripping later. We have to talk about that too. I need a confessional because
That's what I'm saying. We got to do another show, just another.
we need a.
But speaking of hooks, I rip all the sports cards. You know how
Sure
we do.
I do know how
But
we do.
Pokemon, to me, I don't know anything about it.
Mhm,
Did you explain to him that we opened 2 of my boxes because one was damaged? And
I was waiting for you to tell that story. So
I don't-
please
I
and
don't
thank
even know.
you.
I don't know anything at all of what's what.
Anything.
And
Zero.
we have one guy that solely buys from us because every time he buys from us, he pulls big cards.
Chase cards. Big
Big.
cards.
And he just feels that we're lucky, and so be it.
That's a real story.
I mean, I had a guy that bought something from me, and I've never pulled a $700 sports card
know,
out of anything.
I've never thought of that. Is if you're doing what you guys do, and people get lucky, like that's another motivator for
It
someone
is.
to come
The guy-
back to
I mean,
you forever.
It's been,
He keeps
what,
coming
five,
back.
5 different times. in
We've
the
had
last
like 5
month?
transactions.
Stroke
from
out
the guy.
once, he's gonna chase you guys forever.
Yeah.
He does. So he did again after the story that Mark's telling. He chases me down. I had some product, and he's like, "Man, I tip the guys when I get huge cards." He goes, "But I just get all chase cards from you and from Mark. Everything I buy from you, I hit." So he buys what was it, like 10 tins. He sends me a picture that night. He sends me a text first, and he says, "What's your Zelle?" And I was like, "Man, your friendship's my Zelle."
And he's
And
like, no.
he's like, no, what's your Zelle? And he shoots me a picture of the cards. He said, "I hit 4 out of 6 chase cards. There's $600 in those 10 tins." 4 cards. And he
And you're like,
shows me all of them.
Here's my Zelle.
And I was like, all right. But it's just something. So last night, we had a couple of single-sleeved packs. So me and Miss Murdoch opened them. $38. It's brand new. So it just sold last night for $38. One sold for $16. One sold for $8. I spent $40. I get $60 just in the chase cards or in the illustrated rares, the SIRs and things like that. And then a stack of other cards are worth $2 each. So we do a show next weekend, and we sell those for 50 cents a piece. I just blow them out, and you stack chips. But back to Mark's story.
I've been sitting on this one ETB that it was like, man, it's damaged. And look, everything inside's fine, but the box is messed up. One thing, it's my little, if there's a damaged box, I buy it. It is remarkable the rate of good cards I pull out of damaged boxes.
That's interesting.
So I pull out, and I'm like, all right. I pulled, I think 4 different cards out of that one there was 3. There was 3 cards out of there that were all like, 20, 30 plus. And then if I get them graded, they're 200, 300. So then I was like, all right. This one surprise box has just been sitting on the table
do it.
forever. I mean, I have a hand, another 6 or 7 off to the side, but this one has just been sitting on the table for a
Mocking
month.
you.
So I'm
We
like,
had pause. I had just stroked on Pokemon and hit a big chase card, the $260 Mega SIR, and he's like, "Man." And I don't have to nudge him too hard. Pokemon isn't his thing, but he's watching this guy crush cards. He's watching me crush cards. He's like, "You know what?
I went
got
in.
I got a beat up box that I always open anyway." And like that's his thing.
so,
If
so I put a parlay together.
right?
Or Poke Parlay.
He opens the box, and
Parlay.
it's not the best set, but there are still good cards in it. And he pulls one of the really good cards, and it pays for itself.
Instantly.
Gordon Gecko from Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
No, the back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Greed, for the lack of the better word, is good. Gordon Gecko. He strips down a company, sells the parts, and then makes more money than the company was worth. He opens up this ETB, and the energy pack in there sold, completed sales. Because that's what I do. When he rips, I go through like what you and I did being early in the week. You rip, and then you give me the number, you tell me the card, and I find out what it's worth, and then we can post it right then, or it's, that's how it is. And uniformed. So Mark gets this thing, and I was like, that thing sold for $12. And I show him, that's sold for 12. You got that one's worth 30, that one's worth 25, and all those things are $1 each. Sold prices. So you're at 95. He was at $95, and the box costs 55. So he's already made almost 2x on his money. If he gets the one card graded, and he should, that's a $300 card. And so now I can see why this dude rips everything, because if you do get a card that's worth a shit, you send it in to get graded, it's a $400 card.
Yeah.
So Mark has seen me rip good cards, but he's always said, I've never pulled a money card. Like a good card.
Yeah.
You know, what was the best card that you'd ever ripped? Don't read to the end of the story what happened.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't really say.
Bryce was the first card. The Harper.
Yeah.
Bryce.
True. Bryce Harper.
That happened during the week. So he's on a heater with packs.
It was a holiday 6 out of 10, and I was like,
a $29.99 box from Target.
I don't care, man. I threw it on eBay, and I was like, starting bid $50. I was like, I'm laughing at myself. I'm like, there's no way I'm probably even going to get the 50.
Boom, gone.
And then I went buy now at 175 or something like that. It sold for 167.
So he had a good
with
day.
Like 20 bids.
Jesus.
So he's seeing packs get ripped. There's monster cards coming out. I rip a $13 hanger basketball box with him. And in fact, I let him pick first. I let him cut his own throat. He opens his pack, nothing big. I open my pack, $160, $150 auto, number to 99 from some guy that I really don't even know who it is. Sells, buy it now. I put it on listing. It was 2 weeks ago. I list it. As I'm listing other things, cling, and something went as a bid. Someone used the buy it now at $150 out of a $13 hanger box. So I'm feeling it. So now I'm up. I'm up. And Mark's like, all right, man, let's see what this Pokemon thinks about. So he opens up the ETB, the not so
this
great
is your
ETB.
hard rock stuff, but with tangible things.
Right.
He then goes to the prismatic.
But that surprise box had been sitting, and I don't know why. I was like, you know what? Why has this box just been sitting here and not over there with the other 6 or 7 that I have?
Open.
So I'm like,
They're $23.
I'm doing this. I'm ripping this one.
Inside of the box, there is one promo card. There are 9 total promo cards that you could get. So you're going to get one of the 9. One of them is super sexy.
Okay.
The other ones are okay. I sold some of the okay ones because I've ripped a few of those boxes.
Like those are like $20 cards.
Yeah, they're
10,
like
10, 20.
$9, $3. There's a good one.
They're not zero.
The Umbreon is $30 raw, and graded was like $300.
Yeah, somewhere right around there.
And so he just opens the lid, and there's 4 packs inside in the promo card. And I'm looking up the promos, and he picks up the card. And again, he doesn't know shit about the cards.
Don't know at all.
It's just
He
weird
just
monster
turns
creatures.
it around and shows it to me,
And
it
he
says,
goes, shut the boop up. Are you kidding me? That's the one that
he
you
gets
want.
the Umbreon. So he's already on a heater.
And what was that one worth?
That graded is a $300 card. Raw is $30. So he's already made 25% of what he spent on the box.
In the box was what?
$23.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's already paid for the box then.
And made 25% of his money.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
He then opens the packs.
start opening packs, and there's like he's explaining like whatever the number is. If the numbers
if
in
it's
front
over.
are higher,
Yep.
you know, those are good. So I get one, and it was an average, average, $15, something like that.
Prismatic
And
is
then
hard to pull good ones from. The pull rate is very.
he's like, wow, only
very hard.
one. We're at the very end, and it's like only one. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's one right here, and I read the number. He looks up at me. He goes, no.
What's 297 out of 160?
That's
Like,
what he
you
did.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's like,
And I was like,
raw, it's 180. Graded, it's 650.
I was like, no flipping way. It was the Umbreon again. It was the ultimate chase card. I mean, it's the card.
So
to
like
pull.
just the 2 cards right there. If he sold them raw without grading, he's already paid for the box nearly
paid
10
for 10
times.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10 boxes.
10. Yeah,
180 and 30. That's 210.
It's like 9
okay,
times.
so close.
Yeah.
That's,
But that's without counting the $3 cards that I'm sure are in
Yeah,
there and the $5
yeah.
cards.
Those- those
There was
two.
plenty, like you say, $3, $5, $1.50, $2,
Yeah.
$2.
so how do you not rip everything
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and then go do shows
and just undercut everybody on eBay.
you know how we get down, brother?
Like,
you know how
to
we
me,
get down.
that's-
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it.
you're
There's
gonna
a
do
show this weekend.
and I don't give a crap about it anyways. So everybody out there, all the other tables are going to be slitting our throat because I don't care if it's a $100 card. Here, I'll take 60.
You don't understand
I'll take
how
50.
How like the market, which is why I totally went in on this, because there's no respect for that sliver of the market. I was talking to someone way older than me that was very successful financially and was like, well, why wouldn't if a box of the cards is $50 and there's people selling them for $100 and they're selling, like I had an argument with him. He's like, why undercut if you're going to be able to sell? I'm like, because I was like, if Murdoch and Mark are doing it for 70, why everybody else is selling them for 100? They're not going to be able to keep the inventory in.
I
So
turn my money.
it's like, wouldn't you rather sell 1,000 at a $10 profit, or would you rather sell 10 at a $30 profit? You know what I mean? Like,
that point. This is why you're brilliant. This is one of the reasons. #humble. When I was corporate guy once upon a time, and I ran 160 stores in 9 states. They don't do that just because I like chubby Irish guys with blue eyes. Like, oh,
they
here's your
might.
promotion.
They might like.
Hey, maybe they did, but they didn't. And I was able to find the person that wanted to buy product, and instead of buying 1, they bought 4 because I showed value. And they say, if I do this today, can I have this? How about the blue one or the red one? Whose birthday is it today? Whatever it may be. But the face plates and car chargers, I was in cell phones, so they were $19.99 at Best Buy and at Radio Shack and in the mall. You know, they were $20. So you could buy them everywhere at $20. You could get the ratchet one from the store down there for $9.99. But most of them were $19.99. Forget the $9.91. They're all $19.99. I sold them for $14.99. They're on sale today. Hey, Susie, I tell you what. I want to thank you the best way I can, and it's by giving you a discount that even our people can't get. I just want to say thanks. If you get 4 of these, I'll get it down to $13 for you, because I start at 17 and I find 15, and then at some point she says no, okay, that's enough. But the market value is $19.99, and they sell 10 of them a day at $19.99. I sold 100 a weekend at
Yeah.
$16.99,
Right.
and at $14.99.
And
We have 75 cents in it.
That's what I'm saying. You're still making a profit because it only costs.
So the owner of the business sits down with me. We had 6 stores from Naples to DeSoto to Bradenton. We had 6 stores. He had 43 other stores in this state. I sold more accessories out of the 6 stores than the collective in the rest of the stores. And he says, how do you do this? I was like, well, you have to sit down, you got to let me talk. And it makes my hair stand up. He did not like.
And we're still young
what he
kids
heard.
at that time, too.
Yeah, I'm in my 20s, but I knew how to hustle.
That's
So I showed him, if you sell 100, and he gets his calculator. So the guy loved to run his mouth. You think I talk, Mark? This guy couldn't even breathe. Get a calculator and please hit buttons. If you have 100 sales and you sell them at $19.99, there's your number. If you sell 1,813 of them
at $16.99.
at $16,
Did you
and he
make
sat
more
back
money?
after arguing with me that I was that I was keeping profit, that I wasn't doing the right thing, and I was like, you own this place. Like, how do you not see this like
Yeah.
the Matrix like I do?
But that's what's wrong with most companies.
That's your point that I'm making.
Yeah.
I argued that, and then you have to show them. It's just numbers, so you can't argue with math. It's okay. If you sell, yes, we could sell. Mark and I could sell those boxes at $100 a piece. but we're only going to sell 4 a week.
Right. I was gonna say, then you risk sitting on inventory. You risk a bottom crash.
Or
then
we
you risk.
sell-
He moves way, way, way more product than I do. I do set my prices higher than he does. I do sell some, but at the same time, when he's selling stuff and okay, he knows that I have 10 more. He's like, hey.
So
I
I
got a
let
guy
him.
that'll take these 10, but it's going to be at this price. I'm like, that's fine because
I just
I'm
support
still
him
making my
with
money.
that. You know, I let him get the cream on the top because I'm a
As-
volume guy.
As I got the cream on that one where you know,
Yep.
I got $120 for
An ETB.
ETBs when everybody
I'm-
was at like 100 or 95. And
So we look out for each other, but he's able to keep his number established.
Well,
And
you
with
got
the-
him as Lexus while you were Toyoting.
Yeah, that's right.
I
But
see
then
what you're
once in a
doing.
while, you get a trade in. You're like, hey, man. He's like, cool. Your thing about the volume, there's a show next weekend, and we go in there with all this product. If they're selling a tin that we paid $12 for after tax,
you know they're selling it for 20. at
they're
least.
selling it for
Probably
20.
25. Yeah.
Probably 25.
The cheapest one's 20. Let's say the market's a little soft, and let's say it's $20 for argument's sake.
Yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
$20.
yeah.
So they're making $8, and I see that. I walk through the market, I see what's there. They're $20. There's a guy that's got 5 of them, and they're 18. He's like, I'll sell them for 18. I got 50 of them,
And I'll sell them to you for
and
15.
I know that's $12 and 18. Either I go buy all of his, and then I absorb that into my inventory, or I sell them at 17, and I could get 20. People walk around, they're like, oh, and then they haggle with you, and you get it down to 19 or 18. I'm making 50% of my money from $12 to 18. That's 6, right? So there's the math, 50%. Last night, Mark went to throw darts at attorney, and he hit me up, and he was like, yo, man, I had to hit and run. I couldn't get everything, but there's product at this store. I was like, all right, man. So I roll, and because he got 10 tins. He's like, there was more there. So I look at Miss Murdoch, and I'm in boxers and a mouth of tobacco. I mean, I'm in for the night. I'm watching the Louisville game,
Oh.
and she's like, you should go. And I was like, I'm gonna go. Damn it, I'm leaving. So I get dressed and I leave. Whew. Boy, this is where the listeners are gonna.
This is where they're going to be scalpers.
Yeah.
You're allowed 5 items total in a Walmart now. I'm glad there's a number.
Well, at least they put a cap
Right.
on it.
And it's not per SKU, it's 5 total. And they lock it up.
That's maybe a little.
I'm glad still,
Yeah.
because I'll roll
Which
in
is
there
weird.
7 deep.
I bought 10, and it never locked me up.
Because
Well, they were getting blowback from all the negative
But I'm
press.
just saying, it was still yesterday.
Last night's
It was
example.
I'm talking about yesterday.
he got 10.
And he's like, there's no way. I showed him my receipt. There's 10.
So what is only allowed to be picked of 5 is in a locked box, a display behind in the electronics section.
Right.
The tins are outside of the electronics register area.
And I'm like, there's
They're
at
on
least
an end
40.
cap. And he's like, there's like 40. So there's 48. And why do I know that number?
Because you bought them all.
Because I bought them all. So I put them all in my cart.
48 of them.
48
Of them.
of them. and then I ask for 5 of the sleeved packs of the Phantasmal Flames, the new stuff. The tins have Mega Evolution and Destined Rival, so it's good. It's a good tin. If you can find 1 or 2, great. This is the tins that guy, I sold it to him for $16. Said, love you, pal. Thanks for the volume. Thanks for the business. Good luck. You can't be mad at making a profit. Don't be mad making money. Oh, I could have got 18. I sold them for 16. I paid 11, ones that I sold that guy.
Mhm.
So I'm making $5. Here, man. I'm making 33% of my money. And he comes back. And he comes back. He hit me up during the week and was like, hey, I just saw some packs over here. Good looking, bro. So, but he's a Mark special. He likes to rip. And so he's like, hey, I got a tip, man. I got $200 burning a hole in my pocket. So he'll hit Mark up. He hits me up and he's like, hey, got any packs? I get now I know that I'm gonna have an issue checking out. The guy says I have to bring these up to the register because I can't give them to you. I have to walk them up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk around and look for the Black Friday items because there's these big boxes, and I don't want him to see the 48 tins in my cart. I'm gonna be I'm good. It's going to be a problem.
You should
So
not.
I,
Yeah.
I get through and I creep on the self checkout and I get in line and I start scanning. Beep, 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 beep.
Warning.
Beep. It says see assistant. I don't even look at it because it says calling assistant. These two old women come up to me and they're like, it's not scanning. And because it had reached the
limit.
capacity, because 5's the number. So after
You duped
5,
the old ladies, didn't you?
so the old ladies appreciate this. Let me paint a picture. This is the theater of the mind.
I've been there for the live paintings. You were a teacher, weren't you?
It's 10 o'clock at night. That's right. I was like, did your husband own a business? Said you were the one that stayed home and made sure everything ran right. She's like, I was. It's like,
Let me just take
let me
this
use your
limit off.
Let me use your key card again. Here, tell me more about what your husband did. But they have to use the key card to open up to release the frozen screen. You know, ID necessary. So she does it,
And you're like, beep, 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 beep.
and we haven't realized that it's because it's more than 5.
Oh, my God.
And now I realize it is. I'm like, oh my God. And I have 48 of these. It's the center hub of where all the employees are. It's in front of like where the customer
You're trying to
service
make
is.
you're trying to make magic happen.
I'm doomed. It's a shift change. It's like 10:55. It was right at shift change. No, it wasn't 11 yet because they closed at 11. She was 9:55.
You gave me an idea for a Pokemon Ocean's 11 bit.
Yeah. I want to hear that. I get the 5, and the guy brings over the packs that he pulled from the.
So you
box
only got
for me.
5, you didn't get 48?
No, sir. That's not what I said.
Oh, okay.
He brings the 5 sleeved packs over that he said I was only allowed to have the 5, and he had to bring them up to the register for me. They'll be at register 28 when you get there. So when I do get there, I wave at him, I see him, I was like, thanks. Trying to get him to leave because I don't want him to come over, go away. I get the 5, and then it's 10, and now I have 2 women that are hovering over my cart because they think like I'm going to steal. There's 48 things. I'm going to just beep, beep, and pay for half or whatever they might think. They don't know the Pokemon's only 5 total. So they're helping me, and I'm trying to hurry up the process while people of influence and
Start to
importance
realize what you've done.
go away. And now she's like, okay, that's 5, that's 5, that's 5. And she's moving the inventory in my cart for me to make sure that I scan everything the right way.
It's so weird it's putting a limit of 5 here, but let me just keep clearing the limit of 5
so
for
we
you.
finally get it
Wow.
all done, and I walk out, and I send you a pic, and it said, bag acquired, bag obtained. They're 48 tins. Now, I'm going to sell those tins next weekend when we do a show, and I'm going to sell them for $16 a tin. They were $12 a tin. They're a little bit more at that store. But I'm going to make $4 out of 12. That's a third. So I'll take a 33% profit on a $700 trip
Yeah, as
and
opposed
make $200. And then I rip $100 of product last night because I love to rip. That paid for it, and I get to keep $100 because that's how our country was founded. I'm providing a service.
Pokemon. I mean, that's how the country.
And it's cheaper than everybody else. So when Tommy goes into the show to get it, Daddy, I just want to buy those tins. And I'm $2 cheaper than the other guy. Hey, man, you buy 30 of them, I'll give them to you for 15 each. Just going to save you time. And then the vendors come over like, ooh, man, I'm at 20, you're at 15.
That's
Let
when
me-
we
let
go.
me-
we're
let me
the
buy you
Pokemon
out.
Kings.
That's what you do is you get the
Instead of
vendor.
Tulsa
Instead of
King.
Tulsa Kings.
Yeah.
it's like
We're the
Poke King.
Pokemon Kings.
That's you're not wrong. The vendors will come over, and then
That's what happens.
when we did when we used to do the Comic Cons, when the Xbox fridge came out and you couldn't find them, people were going nuts because they wanted the Xbox fridge, and I grabbed one at Target because I got there early. Same kind of deal. We did a raffle, and it was selling like dollar tickets, and like it was just to get people to the booth. We ended up making a ridiculous amount of money, but we had other booths come over and like, let me just look, how much do you want for it? Like, we'll just buy it from you because they wanted to turn around and sell it for. They're like, how about the one guy literally walked up? He's like, I just give you 100. I'm like, well, no, because we're doing a raffle, and he's like, well, let me buy like 100 tickets because they wanted to get it to sell it
right.
themselves.
So when you walk into that
got-
into that venue,
You guys we have to start doing Comic Cons. You don't understand the
we
market
are-
there, but the markup.
Mark and I found a show that's next weekend. We don't have any displays, so we need displays to put singles in, the cards in. But we have enough sealed product. What we do is we make little starbursts. We get like a popsicle stick for an idea, like
I already know
a painter's
exactly.
stir, and we put a starburst that's a size of an 8x10, something that's cardboard, something that's stiff, giggity, and you can put that different colors. It's
Just
neon.
laminate it. You can just get some laminated. I know exactly
So
the route.
you put up there mini tins, 25% off. You put mega evolutions sealed. You make whatever you want, and everybody sees it, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And we're like, "You could buy us out now. We wholesale because we do." And they'll come over, and they're like, "All right,
I've done now.
because
Like
they're gonna sit and watch you sell everything, Bean.
Yeah.
and they're not gonna sell anything.
I mean, we already sell to,
We sell to
local
the-
shops
No,
and
I-
stuff anyway. So what's the difference?
I'm telling, because I've done, me and like Superbad and Frank Buttons, and we've done close to 10, and I'm telling you right now, that whole what you were talking about with the business and how people don't understand that. We went in there. I did some research because I'm weird like Murdoch, and I told Superbad and Buttons, I'm like, hey, we got to get dice, the D&D dice. And I'm like, why? I was like, I've noticed that the first couple we went to, all the booths have them. They sell like crazy. I found a supplier, got a shit ton of them for super cheap. We went in there, walked around, saw the prices, wrote all the highs and low prices down, undercut everybody. We made so
Okay.
much money on
Okay.
little stupid plastic D&D
Okay.
dice because these were sparkly blue or these were. So I know it's
Okay.
not Pokemon cards, but it's
Yeah.
like the market there, and people are willing to spend
Hashtag
inordinate
humble.
amounts of money.
If you've never heard me in my element selling product, it's
That's
it's
why I always
something.
wanted you to go.
It's something. they pack lunches and watch it like it's a matinee show. It's porn. Hashtag humble. Keeping it one humble. It's something to listen to.
Would you guys help me promote? I'm thinking about doing a small little thing here, like a little card
course.
convention. That we
Look-
can rent out spaces and have people come in and just.
Why not?
I mean,
This place is huge that we're in.
there's a show this weekend, Bean.
Are you
that
getting a booth?
They have 200 booths, and the one down in Venice next week is more intimate. But you could fit probably 20 tables in here
Oh, kill all the chairs that we have.
at $50 a
And then
table.
we do pack poker on the table, or
Then
on the
you-
stage. I mean,
We have those ideas. We find out what settles and what works and what doesn't. But just having the vendors come in and the parking lot's big enough so it can
Not only that,
accommodate.
having the venue itself is
Right.
Well, no, and plus there's our outside right here that we could set up because that's another 800 square feet.
Of course it is. Then it's the concessions. So now you get to kick the
Mhm.
old man his cut, and like, you know what, we're gonna do this promotion as a thank you because I appreciate being able to use the building. We need to sell sodas, popcorn.
The first one we
drinks,
could do
chips
no free entry
hot
and not
dogs
charge anybody for their booths if we wanted
for
to.
the first one.
For the first one.
couple.
Because you're going to move cards.
Yeah.
You're like it's
And
not like
your
if I
concessions,
will.
the concessions would be rich. That's also nice.
yeah.
But people, it's a destination. They want to go to Pokemon shows.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And
I was
It wouldn't take much. We need a TikTok. We need a TikTok,
I need-
It would go
Instagram.
hu-
Of course it'd be huge.
It's going to be bigger than even what you're going to think.
Yep.
You have that in your mind, and you're probably going to
They can be wrapped around the corner. They'll be wrapped around.
That's what I'm
past the-
thinking because if you like picture this, we're in a big theater that we have where we do our show. It's nice size.
Be careful what you ask for.
No,
Because
but-
that's what
But
Mark's
I mean,
saying.
like,
and
you-
I'm with him.
No,
on
I
that.
agree. But I mean, like it's hard to kind of gauge it when you're looking now because of the chairs and everything. But
Mhm.
I'm like, we could have people at the bar have spaces off where they have their own little setup with little things. We kick out all those chairs. Oh my God, it could be a little mini convention center in here. We could get 50
Easily.
tables without an
Easily.
issue. 100.
And then you have pack poker.
And then
then-
you do
and
that
then
as a
you
fun
have
thing
those
with the
battles
screen up
on-
there.
on the
Yeah.
right. And you have the projection. So you have the screen.
Here's where we really get interesting because you have that stage, spring training, autos.
Yeah, these kids. We stand in line with 2 minor league players for the Braves. So I have their info. So when they come back into town in the spring and we actually have this up and running, like, hey man, come on up.
Start getting.
bring your friends.
Yeah.
Find
Well, then you
somebody
do a
that
sports one, and then we get actual major league players
they
in
love to
here.
rip
You
Pokemon.
do, yeah. You pay them
They
$5
just-
grand.
Well, I know they do Pokemon, but I mean, like, then you could also do the sports card because you guys are super deep into the
Yeah.
sports cards. So
Yeah.
why not do a sports
There's-
card show, and then we get our baseball players or our local. There's
And now that's where you and I spoke a year ago, more than that, about having an event where the entry fee is $50, $60 for an ETB, right? I mean, we buy the ETB at $55. We sell it for $75. Whatever. It's
Right.
a very modest upcharge, but everybody gets a box. It's sealed. They don't bring their own because you can, cheat and
cheats.
steal.
Yep.
But they buy the product from us at a really good number. And then, so if there's 20 people, there's 20 boxes in a case, so there's 20 people per tournament, you cut it a certain way where the top chase card, the top card pulled gets 50% of the bank, of all the money pulled.
Okay.
And then, so the box was $60. The house still rakes.
Yeah, we just have to figure
But
out a
you
way
find
for
that
us not
number.
to lose our
But-
ass. Yeah.
The point of the pack poker is that when Bean pulls and you pulled your chase card and it's $140, you're top on the board. And then it's right there on the projection screen because you're doing it live. So they watch the cards being ripped just like a stream.
Yeah. No, I like that.
And then now it's Mark's turn, and he gets up there, and so he's putting his Pokemon battle on. He's gonna rip, and then he's gonna try to take first place, and he might chase. Mark has seen it, but you may not have. This guy would do pack battles with kids, and he would do it for free, but people charge for this. Kid pulls a number to 10 auto, and he's top on the board. Winner gets all the cards. That's real pack poker.
Well, I
If
figured we could eventually, do that. Yeah.
He pulls a number to 10 auto. The dude pulls a number to 5, and it's the most expensive card. It's the highest priced card that wins. So the kid already won. The guy comes over the top with a crazy luck of pulling this as whatever to whatever. Now he's in the lead. Kid had one pack left and pulls a 101. It was a lineman, but it was still worth more than the other cards. So he rakes everything. On the scale like this, now he's like, okay, I'm in first place. Second place gets.
Well, you're doing it slightly like a different version, which like the winner gets our whatever prize pack or the champ, is the champion. And
maybe they
gets-
get all the cards. The dynamic.
But you could do both. You could do either. You could do.
You could.
No, that's.
But you want to keep your cards. You probably would want to keep your cards.
Let's
and
say
if
you can
do
enter
keep
in
your
the
cards-
keep your card, just pull to see if you get the grand prize on the screen, or you
Right.
can enter into like actual.
Mark's pull, that prismatic card. The 4 packs in the goddamn box. 4 of them. He had 4 packs. The odds of picking. Do you remember what the odds were of pulling that card? I looked.
Yeah.
There was 1 out of every 200. No, it was 1 out of 2,440 packs. There was 1 card of that product that he pulled.
Damn.
1.
Was there how many total then? Only like 10?
Call it 10. So you would have to pull. You'd have to rip 20,000 packs to get that one particular card.
And I've only opened 2 boxes in my life.
He slides in.
He's opened 9 packs and 4 packs. So he's opened 13 packs. Only 4 packs of the one that he pulled the odds of 2,440. So the odds of pulling that. So that's why the cards are so expensive, because you're not going to pull it. And he ripped the parade, Main Street Parade card. This venue, we talked about this years ago, how if we can sell, it has to just come from the product. All has to come from the same source. That way, people don't feel their integrities,
Right. Or they bring in
been
their own
cheated
cards.
or what have you. But then they line up at the door for that. There's other places that have big venues, but I don't think they think like we do. They will. There's always biters. You've been so brilliant in your years being about your production, and I really
don't get
do
me started.
brag about that.
I've been robbed by the best of them.
And they bite on you, but that's because you have good ideas. So this will be a great idea, and we can market that. We can dress as a Pokemon. We get a Pokemon costume on Amazon for $50. Get a Pikachu outfit,
Mm-hmm.
and
With the
you're
inflatable
on
one.
you're on a highway outside.
I know we're halfway through November, but man, I'd love to get something in right before Christmas. Cause
Why can't? I mean, you stand outside for 2 weeks. It's an investment of your time, an investment of my time, an investment of your time. So if you talk about wanting to do something, then put your body into a suit and go stand outside with a sign. I put on a cell phone foam outfit, but I wanted to get a different result than what everybody else was getting. So I was willing to do that. So don't ask to do something and then I want to lose some weight, but I just can't get up and
No,
walk.
I'm right there.
All right, well, have good ideas, but traction is traction. Fat people stay fat because they don't get up and exercise.
Hey,
if
former
their
fat guy right here.
Ideas are good.
I'm sorry you have bad knees.
Hashtag humble. I got good enough knees to lean on something while I'm dressed as a Pikachu or whatever.
So yeah, that was college football.
Okay,
Mm.
cool. Pro
Pokemon.
football. We're closing strong. And
The whiplash our show causes must just absolutely. We got to get insurance as sponsors, some insurance
We do.
chiropractors.
The first game of on the board is our most interesting personally. It's the
Wow, the
prac-
evil laugh over there.
It's the practice squad Washington team against the non-practice squad Miami Dolphins. Side note, asterisk. Whatever I win today, not if, whatever I can fold,
You want to bet that on tomorrow's game?
it will go, all of it
On Miami.
will go on Miami's money line. The entirety of my nut. All of it. Just know that. I money manage. You can't stack chips and then say I'm all in on this game because that's the game you lose. The Otani conversation. Our listeners remember, you humbleites, listen to me crush a weekend and then shoved it all on Otani, Mark style, and I lost. But I like the Dolphins this weekend. That's my favorite
You're
game on the
scaring
board.
me. I don't like that.
It's my favorite game on the board. No shade. No reverse Jedi shade.
It's so weird with
keeping you right
narratives.
there.
It makes me think that all sports are rigged because now all of a sudden you spent the first half of the season like Mike McDaniel needs to be fired. The Dolphins are trash. They're the mainline story, even though there are at least 3 or 4 teams that are obviously worse. They beat Buffalo like that. Now it's the new narrative is, can you feel the momentum changing in the locker room? Mike McDaniel's not going anywhere. The Dolphins may break off 4 or 5 wins in a row.
And they could. And you
But
lost
doesn't
games
it
'cause-
feels like I'm watching wrestling. You know, like it's almost to the point where you know what I'm
It's
trying to say,
scripted
right,
already.
Mark?
Yeah,
It
it's
starts to
scripted.
feel that way. Like you guys were shitting on this team so bad for 5 straight weeks, and now all of a sudden, well, what if they string together? So it's like, no, Tua's still ass.
It still comes down to there's not a good team in the NFL. Not one, not like back in the 90s when it was Dallas and San Francisco and it didn't matter who else was in the field. You knew it was those two.
Yeah, well, times have changed.
I know.
I don't know, Mark. I like to think that as much as I don't like them, the Chiefs are one of those teams because every year, if they even struggle for a week, everyone's like, well, that's it. Their window's closed. They're done. We can write them off. And then they go to the Super Bowl anyway.
That is the one team that I would say, just because, again, the experience that they have, and that's hard to beat. Really hard to beat.
And
Your top
probably
dog, it
Probably
doesn't
the
matter.
Ravens, too. When have they been bad? Yeah, they struggled this season, but now they're just wiping teams out on their way back to win that division.
You could pick 4 teams that are going to be in the playoffs every year that can make a run. You know, it's the Bills, it's KC, it's Baltimore, it's
Well, technically Pittsburgh.
well, Pittsburgh
we're not-
never has
we're not
losing
going
season,
back to
but
when you
they're
could
out-
part
yeah.
your hair.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You're right. There hasn't been really a consistent NFC team, except I guess the Eagles have for the.
Yeah. Okay. So
Pretty
the Eagles,
consistent.
the Rams, Green Bay, those are contenders every year. They're in the playoffs.
I know what you're saying. There's no like Niners team that's just wiping people
Yeah, like I said,
into the NFC
it
Championship.
was always
Just
San
can't-
Francisco and Dallas.
Kansas City's like the
Didn't
only
matter
one.
who was coming from the AFC.
Yeah.
Right.
The NFC Championship game was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, for like a good decade, the NFC was
That's
the
true.
best. Was the best. Yeah.
But
No, I agree.
times
with that.
have changed, so you can either go Clint and go get off my lawn and be stuck in the 90s, or accept the fact that there isn't a dynasty team anymore. Kansas City's the newest one. The Patriots were that for a
Patriots,
minute.
Right.
You know, when Manning was with Indy, they were always in the game. When Roethlisberger was with Pitt, they were always in the play. I mean, you could bet that every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And now you need to find. It's just a regime changed. Now it's Herbert and it's Knicks, and people like that. That Mahomes is the guy. He's the new Brady, and Hurts could be the new Manning for.
They always want a face. There's always got to be a face.
Yeah, there always is a face, and that's why they take care of
the faces
of Mahomes, because
the Kansas
they
City
gotta keep-
Mahomes.
Timu Mahomes. Anybody
I mean, you're not wrong.
Timu Mahomes is legit. To anybody that runs around the Tua being a Timu Mahomes. Tua tomorrow. Washington's going to bleed everywhere. I know. And it as long as we've known each other and knowing that I would certainly
Throw shade at me.
with absolution reverse triple end around the shade.
Oh yeah.
This is not coming from there, which means it's coming from there, but it really
yeah, hold
isn't
on. Yeah,
coming from
let's
there.
put it on Junior. You screw it on Junior.
Yeah.
Are you being honest?
No, I'm being honest. On Junior, Miami's to play tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
On Junior. Junior's on a boat right now, too. He's feeling good.
Did he go with Pops?
No, on a different one.
Okay.
They're
Colombian
all having
boat.
parties.
We won't talk about it on air.
They're having a good old time. And he's 21 now, and he's like,
Uh-oh.
he hits me, he FaceTimes on there. He's like, I made it. Everything's good. He left his passport at the hotel. He gets to the boat and
That sounds
realizes he
right.
doesn't have his passport. So he's like,
You don't need one.
oh, he's leaving. He did need one.
Oh,
he's
out
leaving.
of country?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because just on a cruise ship, you don't need one.
No, he's leaving. He's gone for a week. So he is like, oh my God. He tells Uber guy, look, man, cash, homie. I gotta get back there. And he's like, because he's an Uber driver. He's gonna take the next ride, but he's like, I gotta give you cash. I need to go back. So we need to go now. And it was only 10 minutes away. So he's like, I threw him a 20 and then, gave him some other money. I was like, yeah, man, that's
Got to do what you got to do.
He's like, do what you gotta do.
yeah.
So he gets it, and he's like, I'm gonna get a drink, and I'm going to casino as soon as it can. I was like, all right, man. Well, good luck. And he's tight with his money, but he wants to go play blackjack and
Just don't let him get to certain levels.
bet on black. I was like, look, man, if you see it hit red 3 times, take the black. I said,
And
run,
then if it
run the
comes red
numbers.
again, you have to double your bet.
That's right.
It's like, can I parlay those?
Last week at his birthday, he was very analytic. He was understanding the concept of, so if I take 2 of
I
these,
didn't get an invite to the
then I
party.
can.
Oh no, I did. I couldn't make it. That's right.
Murdoch's telling
No,
me
it
he's
was your
like,
brother. Wait a minute.
I gave him money so he could gamble, and then watch him sit there and sweat over the picks.
It hurt. It hurt him. He was leaning in. He was twitching his hands a little bit. I told him to take the Bills when they were getting 8 points, and
That's right. You told me.
it didn't
He's
cover.
got your confidence without your depth of knowledge, though. At his
He
age.
wants the
and
knowledge.
That's a problem.
But because he's never experienced,
I'm not
wait
being
until he
mean. I'm
does.
saying
I know
like
you're not.
he watches you and he's like, I can do that, but he doesn't have the well to go to.
Right.
And then he pushes. I've heard he's
Right.
come in here and give takes, and you're like,
When he comes back, I'm going to take him to the Hard Rock.
do it.
we should all go as a group. That'll be fun.
That'd be a good time. You can record.
Well, I mean, we've been trying to get you to go for how long now?
I'm an antisocial dude, man. Once I'm in, I'm in. But I like to plan to go. We could plan. You just like to come in hot at
that is
9:30
true.
after.
I don't plan on.
No,
I
you
never
don't.
plan anything.
Yeah, I'm with Murdoch. I'm more like, hey, we're doing it next Saturday
Yeah.
from noon to
And they don't-
4.
Man, I've been on a Friday night playing darts at 9:00 at night, and a buddy goes,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, there's a tournament in Decatur, Alabama, tomorrow. You want to go?" I was
And
like,
then you're already in the car starting it up.
I'm like, if you drive, I'll go. He goes, "Are you
Jesus.
serious?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, let's go." I turned to my partner. I gave my partner $50. I said, "I'm sorry.
Mark's
I'm
who we've
leaving
been
right
missing.
now."
Mark's who we've been missing.
What's that?
Mark's who we've been missing. He's
Yeah.
got that attitude where it's like, we need this done, and he's like, cool, I'll do it.
Yeah, no, he
Let's
goes.
fucking do it.
Whenever he wants to do it, he'll do it.
like,
He just don't know when that is.
2 weeks ago, my wife and I, Thursday night, middle of the week, we go out to play our dart league, and we came walking in at 6:30 in the morning.
Yep. You never know. I thought they were coming in around midnight. I was like, all right. I shut the lights off at around midnight. I'm like, well, they're
Yeah, it was about 10:30, and I said, "Hey, you want to go to the Hard Rock?" She goes, "Don't tempt me." I said, "All right, let's go."
you
Straight to
never
Hard
know.
Rock.
You never know when. But me, I am structured. It's just different. There's not one that's better than another. That's never what I'm saying. But for me, I went out last night for a couple of drinks. I took Miss Murdoch, and
You don't strike me as the drinking type either.
Well,
Some Guinnesses.
But when you do, you do, I guess.
boy, when I do, I do. Smoking cron, drinking brandy out of a bottle. Dump button. So last night, the boys at work, they say, hey, I always stand them up. They're like, let's go out tonight. Let's go out tonight. It's like, nah, man, I need advance time. I got stuff.
He's in my house and he does that.
Yeah, I got stuff. He's like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, I got stuff, man. I'm not going last minute. And they asked it all the time. They asked to go.
I
So
can't get him to do stuff with a
on
month's
Monday-
notice, so it's...
They're like karaoke and drinks on Friday. I was like, it's a maybe this time. And they're like, oh. So the day before,
50% chance of Murdoch on Friday.
and it was like a 20% chance, but it was a chance.
You were reporting it as a 50.
They're like, this is messed up, and they're getting pissed because I always say no. And because it was karaoke, and I told Miss Murdoch, all right, I'll take you to karaoke sometime. I'm in. I said, I'm leaving at 8 o'clock. I'm out. Ripcord, I'm out. I said, from 5:30 to 8, you got me. And we can rage.
I wondered where you were.
Rage. We could rage. But I never pull a mark. It's always structure format.
Oh, no, you're contained.
And I always, I would tell him. He never tells me anything. I'm texting him this morning about the show. I don't even know if he's going. So I finally go around the corner. I was like, hey, man, so he's like, no, I'm going. I was like, then why didn't you say so?
Answer my text.
He just does what he wants and gives the middle finger to you. And like, dude, I'm not telling you. I don't have to tell anybody anything. Thug life. And then I enter the clip.
He's down at the end of the hallway, like SOSing with the light in the hallway.
I'm talking to Miss Murdoch. I'm like, you might be taking me. I don't know. Let me find out. So I start flipping the switch. But the trip to trip out last night at 7:30, I'm like, all right, we're out. And they're like, come on, man. And we're raging. We're smashing drinks. And we went to a speakeasy downtown. I had purple drank. That's what it's called, purple drank. I had me a purple drank. And it was a good time. And we're having fun and clowning and high fives. We go to the Gator Club. We're having drinks there. And they're like, all right, man, they want to get scooters and go over the bridge and go to Daiquiri Deck. And they want to rage. What you don't know is when it's either on or it's off. And when I rage, I rage.
I want to see you on a scooter with your knees.
Yeah, you do. So do they. That was their angle. They just want to see me on a scooter. Going over a bump and then...
Yeah. I'd take a little clip of you scooting around.
Of course you would.
You wouldn't need a wreck or anything. I just need you on a scooter.
I showed video clips of you
Of
and
course
I outside the Domino's
I knew that's what you were going to say.
while I was in the same parking lot of the same Domino's.
Good times.
So it was like...
You want to see a video from 5 years
picture.
ago?
And I was like, watch this. And the person's like, oh, my God. I was like, no, yeah. Like, really? That's who you are? I was like, yeah, to the core. Like, of course. That's me. And the video that's shown is...
I think
I'll
you've
just-
shown me this.
I'm going to play it.
Was this
just
during
so-
COVID or something?
It certainly was.
Yes, I've seen
Yes,
this.
the very beginning.
Our
of
listeners
COVID.
can at least hear the audio. If they can't see it, this is why we need socials, so that we can post this stuff. And we lose people, and we also gain people
Wow.
with stuff like
There's
this.
too many photos that are incriminating.
No, those won't go up.
Oh, if Murdoch's iCloud ever got hit, oh, Lord.
Could you imagine that?
You know how many people are going down?
I mean, going down. Like,
That's like
oh,
other kind of files. That's we don't want the Murdoch files.
Beans shaking off the catcher. Doesn't like the call.
what you
Shakes him off again.
what you can't see is that
At some
there's a
point, he's
short
gonna have to
person.
throw a
There's a
pitch here,
midget.
huh? You bet that right. And here comes the pitch. Crack. It's a deep drive to left.
That's the third video. The
He's
first
yelling
one,
that out the window, by the way.
we are outside of a Domino's. Bean and I are getting pizzas for the show. It was in a different studio. It's COVID, so you have to wait outside 6 feet apart. And I drove. I fly you by. Bean's buying. And he gets out of the car. He makes the mistake, Mark, of getting out of the car. and there is other cars with their windows down waiting.
Murdoch always does this thing where he like starts to pretend to get out of the car, and then he like looks at his phone, like, "Oh, I got to take this," you know.
So bang, the door gets shut, and I'm like, "Here's my opportunity." I see a midget inside, and I got
Small
a thing
a
about
little person,
I-
please.
I got a thing about little people. I like them. And I'll get excited. Oh, look, it's a little person. Like, what's wrong with you? Well, I see a little person, and then Bean is outside and he's exposed.
Makes a little part of him happy.
And so this happens.
Is all that food for you? Or did you get some for your boyfriend?
That's Bean outside.
It's Murdoch yelling though. It doesn't sound as loud as it is, but everyone in the parking lot, he's doing stand-up comedy.
I said,
Stand
Petter,
up.
listen,
Pat her on the head so I can finish.
That's messed up.
here she comes.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Doing your Dudley Do-Right laugh.
No, all the people are just
I'm
laughing.
gonna get paid.
How many people are there?
Oh, Bean knew better than I did. I was in.
There were a few cars full of people that were also waiting to get their
And they
pizza.
all hear this
yeah,
going
of course
down.
they do.
And this is like
awesome.
this is early COVID. This is like the
Yeah.
beginning, so it's
Right.
still nice outside. It's like April, May.
So
it's
Bean's
not,
trying to hide
everybody's got
behind.
the window down.
I see him trying
The-
to hide off
he
to
was
the side.
he was hiding off in the side because I'm cutting promos, and he's like, "Oh,
I
this
eventually
sucks."
gave up. Like I was trying to hide, but then he just wouldn't stop, and I was like,
Pet her on the head so I can finish, like a petting zoo. It was rad, and karma is what it is. I know it cost me what it cost,
and then we lost the studio about 2 weeks later.
no,
and
no
that's
wonder.
a true story.
Yeah.
In that studio, the police
they're
were
like,
called.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey guys, we just sold the building.
I got the video still of the lady that offered me favors while I was working. I find a lady an attractive woman with she was dressed nice and standing outside near a stop sign in a nice part of town near Van Wezel. Like what is this lady doing here? So I roll on. I was like, you okay? You need something? She goes, I need a ride up here around the corner. All right.
Oh, I
So
remember
I'm on
that.
the phone with him. I'm on the phone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you picked up a hooker.
She was a hooker.
Yeah.
I know.
But she didn't look like
In
a
that
hooker.
part of town, yes.
Well-
Even though you want to say it's nice.
So I didn't
Well,
know
it does
she was
butt
a
up
hooker.
against not as nice.
I'm in a work van, and so she's like, I get her in the car. I'm with Bean on the phone, and she's like, oh man, thanks. You're a good looking guy. I was like, yeah, man, you make me feel a certain way.
Murdoch's
It's
like,
still
I'm gonna have to call
PG-13.
you back.
And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna call you right back. So I start to video this because I need to protect myself. 1 and 2. When was the last time you were at work and you get in a car and this girl's like, I'm gonna kick it out. Why? Will you park that here while we're there? And that's what I really just. This is what I want off the menu, and I think you have that off to pick from. I'm like, holy shit! So I video this. I kept part of the video. When I realize what's happening, I don't pay for it. I guess we all pay for it in some capacity.
Yeah,
but,
I know. There's a bill to be due, and it is.
but it wasn't. No, thank you for me. But this is what she says.
Seriously.
I bet you do.
I know I do.
Well,
All right, since you don't need a blowjob, that's fine.
all right. You ready?
Seriously.
I was like, yeah,
My
no, thanks.
favorite
And she's
part,
like,
Mark, is how he loves. He puts himself in this position where it's like, what have I done? Like he surrounded himself in gas, and then he freaks out while he's holding the lighter, and it's like you're doing it.
Well, what's funny here is, again, where he said, oh, nice part of town, this and that. I already knew where this was going. I think I've told you the story before about the police officer friend who,
Oh boy.
yes, it was
Oh boy.
2 women that, they were fighting, 2 hookers, because one was doing jobs for 25 cents cheaper.
Cents.
Capitalism.
25 cents cheaper.
That's my woman.
Yeah, so,
If I'm gonna pick, but
when you said
change.
what part of town, I already knew where you were
You're
going.
talking about change. How busted is that produce stand?
I mean, are you giving change?
How bad are those vegetables?
I guess you're just
How
You're
wilted
just,
is that
you're
cabbage?
car salesman. You're squeezing the balloon. Your tip is now just 25 cents bigger because they're not. You're right. You're not giving a 20
that's
and
what-
getting 50 cents
That's
back.
what, that's what the
That's
cop said,
so foul.
said to the lady.
it's gonna turn
He's
my
like,
stomach.
really? Are you're making change?
Holy shit!
Oh,
The
that's ruined
thought
my-
of that.
That ruined my whole day. Just the thought of
Oh.
I'm gonna see Miss Murdoch later. She's like, "What? Why not?" I was like, "Oh, there was a produce stand on the show, and talk about wilted cabbage, and I
Oh, come on, dude.
no longer have interest."
Football. Let's finish
Yeah,
the show out
football.
with football.
Football.
So run through. I need your
Yeah, we gotta go
your
quick.
lead pipe lock. Everybody's still alive as far as
We
the
just do it
people
weekly
that-
now. We have a weekly survivor, and every week we have a champion, and then we move on. Murdoch's won the most weeks.
You know,
I don't know
I
if
haven't,
he's
I
lost
haven't
the week.
lost any.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like we have like a series, like a contest of your guaranteed locks and who actually is better at the guaranteed picks. You're currently leading the standings.
I just took a moment from Humbletown, where I run for mayor, unopposed every year, and so this week, it's another opportunity for my brethren, for
I
my
don't know,
colleagues,
some voter fraud. 100% again. Yeah, okay.
and let's see how we do. You fellas can go first too.
So I'll take Miami over Washington because I apparently am a masochist. So I'm gonna pick Miami.
When you come across your game of the week, that is
I
your
will-
eliminator,
yes, I gotcha.
and I think it could be any week, any team by now, because you guys keep. I mean, we don't have a.
We don't have a
Well,
know,
he's
we don't-
missed.
I do.
I
I mean,
know.
He's
I can
missed a
still-
couple, and I haven't missed now
You-
for a
you-
while.
You haven't missed in a
you're-
couple of weeks.
But you're winning.
I missed. Obviously, I missed the first week because I took New England over the Raiders, and that.
Well, let's not
didn't
make
happen.
it about me. I haven't lost
But
yet. I haven't missed.
I don't think
but-
I've missed
no,
one
no, no,
since.
no. Cool. So let's talk about
Mine is going to be Houston over Tennessee.
Houston.
Oh, you already okay? I thought I haven't decided yet. So
Well, you don't have to.
I thought we'd go down in order.
go down in
I thought
order.
you s-
He's excited because he's got his lead
No,
pipe
he
locked.
was saying like once we get to that game, make
Yes.
highlight
Okay,
that.
sure.
So we got
We'll
Miami.
come
Are
back.
you taking the Dolphins tomorrow, Mark?
I am taking the Dolphins.
I am taking the Dolphins.
Mark, what do you think? Do you think the Dolphins can go down a roll? Because after
Obviously, they can because for
after this-
one, their run game is
well,
great.
Achan, if Jonathan Taylor cemented himself as offensive player of the year last weekend, and I think we can agree that he did, right? I mean,
He sure
he's
did.
already like 1,200 yards
I
rushing.
don't know how he won't be MVP, but it
well,
seems
he
like
won't
it
because the
always
NFL
goes to a
sucks when
QB.
it comes to
It
that. I
always
agree
goes-
with you.
Hashtag humble.
But
Well,
if that was,
Adrian Peterson, I believe, was the last.
and he still was right? And they code him with like Peyton or something.
I don't know.
He was the last
QB.
non-quarterback
I think so. Yeah.
to
They didn't even
win.
give it to Derek when he broke 2,000. They didn't give it to Saquon when he they're not.
They didn't give it to. No.
But I think Achan established himself as a top 3 back. His he's I think 5th or 6th in rushing in the league. He's also the only running back with more than 700 rushing yards and more than 300 receiving yards. He's going to break 2,000 yards from scrimmage himself.
He's a stud.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having bought his cards when he was third string, when he was fighting with Jalen Wright for snaps?
He was splitting with Mostert.
And Mostert was
Mhm.
there, and they had Jeff
Yeah, right?
Wilson.
Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
So it was Wilson, and it was Mostert, and you had Achan and Wright. So you could have bought that. Ooh, man, you find your opportunity. So you can be wrong once in a while, but man, when you're right, it's fun.
No, Achan's special. The things he was doing
Yeah,
at
he is.
Buffalo was.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all Miami.
Miami. That might be my.
Atlanta, Carolina is interesting, right? Because they're both.
That bet's off the board right now. What's
I don't
going
know
on
why.
with
I
that?
see that too.
That is peculiar. If that means somebody's not playing, because that's all off the board. The over, the under, the money
Really?
lines.
Yeah.
I don't have anything pulled up here that I see.
That's because the book knows before
That's true. You're not
the
wrong.
league does.
You're not wrong.
All right. So we're at Carolina, Atlanta. I am.
Atlanta has lost like 4 in a row.
God bless.
Miami blew them up, and now they're spiraling.
I'm going to take.
I think they're screwed. The
I'm gonna take a-
quarterback's talking crap about
this-
the coach. The coach is talking crap about his player.
This
Like
could
that
be
thing
either.
is.
This could be either
Up-
either team.
But
You can flip a
Carolina's
coin.
united. They're not a good team, but they love their coach.
I'm going
They
to take
love-
Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going
tomorrow.
Carolina.
I have Carolina also, But that is one of the teams of like, how do you go to Green Bay and beat them, and then last week
No, them and Atlanta are similar.
Saints?
They're
Come
Jekyll
on.
and Hyde. We can win by 30 or lose by 30. Like, it isn't even a thing.
at home you lost to the Saints?
Olave had a game. Man, when one guy can change
The
the
Saints also switched to a different quarterback who there's no
Yeah,
tape on him.
Tyler Show,
You're not.
Louisville.
You know what I mean? That effect is, I'm worried about that with Miami because he's only got a couple games. Ugh. And we make crappy quarterbacks look like Hall of Famers. Are we all
Well,
Carolina,
it won't
though?
be tomorrow.
We're all Carolina.
No.
We're all Carolina.
Tampa, Buffalo.
All right, Mark and I.
I need to start off by saying I think it's absolutely bananas that the Bills are favored by a touchdown. I think.
So you and Mark are seeing things from the same side of the glass.
I got Tampa all day.
He likes. You want to make a dog pick
Buffalo's defense is just
as we go through these games. Can we make a 3-team dog
Yeah.
parlay? Tampa is team 1.
Are you not in agreement on that?
I think Buffalo wins by 14. I think they win
Really?
tomorrow. Yeah. After what I watched last week, and
New England couldn't put him away. And New England handled Buffalo and is handling everybody.
this fighter beat that fighter, and that
No, I
fighter beat
know.
that fighter. It
No, but
doesn't work like
it
that.
is about matchups more
It
than
is.
anything in the league, and no one ever talks about that.
Tampa
Tampa matches
doesn't have a great defense.
No, but they have a kind of offense that Buffalo has trouble with.
Okay.
And if Buffalo's giving up 30-plus points to the Dolphins,
Okay. And here's how I feel about that. Your point is valid.
and Bucky might be playing too now.
Tampa has an offense that would give Buffalo fits if they had Godwin, and if they had
Even
Mike,
with-
and if they had Bucky, and
without
if
them.
Bake was playing the way Bake was playing a month ago. That's why I'm taking Buffalo tomorrow.
They Tua threw 2 picks and play pedestrian, and Miami still put up more than 30.
Because Josh fumbled the ball inside the 30, threw a pick in the end zone.
Right. Josh hasn't
and
looked
then-
great for a few weeks.
And then there was another fumble by James. There's 3 potential scores. One of them in the end zone, and the other 2 in the red zone area. So
But you got to make those plays. You're
no,
the
you
first
do.
one
No,
to
no,
say that.
your defense was. It was more of them losing the game. It was.
I'd
more,
agree a little bit to that, but
It doesn't help that they turned the ball over 3 times where they could have scored.
right. Well, then I use that same logic and say that Miami wouldn't have lost to Baltimore because
Yeah, and you
the
can't.
2 fumbles and a missed field goal.
If you fumble the ball twice inside the 30 and you miss a field goal and you lose, then yeah, you had your opportunity, and you cost yourself. So Buffalo cost themselves last week. But side note, Miami played a kick-ass game. You won that game. You didn't lose that game. There's a difference between Miami losing the game against.
No, I think it's different. If Miami squeaks by in that and beats Buffalo at a field goal at the end of the game, is a different world than the way they beat them. Because people go, "Oh, fluke."
Buffalo's broken right now. They don't look.
No, if you
They
look,
don't look whole.
they squeaked.
Kincaid's not playing.
They squeaked by Kansas City.
Oh, that's important.
And at what cost? If you take out the Panthers blowout, and we just talked about the Panthers being schizophrenic, they lost to the Falcons. They lost to the Patriots. They struggled with the Saints. So, but you're right. The Bills haven't been. That's why I'm like the Bucks. The Bucks have more.
And so
talent.
you get to an opinion based
Here's
on
one other thing.
how you see
What
it.
about weather there? I have not.
That's the other point that
That's-
I'm taking Buffalo for.
Okay.
It's going to be 30 degrees, 50 degrees. Do you know what Tampa's record is outside of when they're at 30 degrees?
It is insane.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's like
just like
Miami's.
Miami.
Yeah, it's not good.
So if I get a game that's
30,
in Buffalo,
39.
I'm taking Buffalo all day long.
Yeah, but it's 39 and sunny. That's a lot different than
Great.
39 and
Great.
cloudy
Here's my
and
bet.
rainy.
Here's my bet. I'm taking Buffalo will be. I'm gonna play that with Miami. There's my 2-teamer. I'll take Buffalo's money line and I'll take Miami's money line. But that I like the argument because there's
I
validity.
agree with you. Tampa's banged up, so I think I'm. That's
and
why
Bake's
I think
a little
6
cool right now. He's. I love him. We bet him at the beginning of the year.
No,
so
no, he's
we've
taking his
been
midseason.
smoking
I don't
that
have
dude
any
off.
weapons, and I'm tired because I've done it every game by myself. So I need a week
Yeah.
or 2 off. That's I think where he's at mentally.
But Kate Otten tomorrow.
My
look
whole
for that.
my whole reasoning for what I'm saying
Dawson
is though I
Knox.
think 7 points is that's too much.
It's at 6. I'll buy it down to. I'll buy it down
I've
to,
got it 6.5.
I'll buy it down to 5
it
and a half.
just dropped to 6, by the way, too. It was
Okay,
6
so
and
there
a
you
half
go.
a minute ago.
Because I just think it's going to be a close game. Am I saying that, there's no way Buffalo can win? No. I think this is more of a coin flip. I'm going to take Tampa.
It's a game that's worth $1, right? If you're trying to find
I could see that.
a dog.
Yeah.
So that's why we
Yeah.
picked that as a dog. That's our first selection of our dog parlay.
That's about as even to me. That's about as even as a matchup you're going to get this week. That's why I was shocked by the spread.
I'm taking Buffalo. You both are taking.
I'm taking
I'm
Tampa.
going to take Tampa.
Oh, okay. What's the next game on the board?
Houston, Tennessee.
You got David
Houston. Do we have to talk about
and
it?
Goliath.
I'm-
Kid from Stanford. He had himself a game last week. He was their 3rd-round pick. He was their starter for a year. They drafted CJ after that. And he's been on the sidelines holding the clipboard, being a really good backup. And he came into the game last week and won that game. He started that game last week and won that game. And now they're
6.
6-point favorite on the road with a quarterback that has played 12 games. But he looked good, man.
Well, Tennessee,
David
besides a
Mills, my boy.
couple little parts, they haven't. They're probably, and me saying this will get them a win because I've got that Mark curse, but they're probably the worst team in the league, I think, as we can say going in.
Tennessee?
Yeah. Just on a talent to coaching to overall performance to the way
They're-
they've played level overall for the season.
Yeah. It's hard to have a Heisman winner. It's hard to have a Heisman candidate and a number 1 pick overall look like that. But the whole place is on fire.
That's
it's
what I
not just
mean.
him like running around like, oh, he sucks.
He's
It's the
doing
whole
all he
team.
can do.
He's doing all that he can do as a rookie. He's like, dude,
Yeah.
this sucks. Like he got put onto a shift at a store
Right.
that is just
Like
toxic and
Marino
a
would
mess.
struggle there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Houston. I'll take Houston.
I'm going to take Houston. Like, yeah, they're inconsistent too, but I think they should be.
I say Houston's my lock.
Okay.
This is a divisional game, though, and they'll
Okay.
scare me for locks.
Lead pipe lock.
That's the lock
That's
that
your
I
lock.
believe.
Okay. all right.
I like a sexy lock. I like confidence. What's the next game?
Chicago, Minnesota.
Gross.
Yeah, super gross. Chicago. There is a path that Chicago can
I
be
think this is
number.
the second dog.
Are you going to like this as a dog?
Chicago could be number 1 by themselves alone in the division this
Chicago, I
late into the
believe.
season. There is a chance Chicago can
As
be
much as I
leading
hate to say that,
the division.
but I think Chicago wins that game.
Okay.
Chicago wins and Lions
You like
lose.
you like
I-
Chicago to win?
These are the two.
If 2 of the 3 of us pick the same and it's a dog, it's going to go in the parlay.
I don't know on this one. I wouldn't personally put any money on this.
Well, it's my money.
I like
No, I wouldn't put anybody's money on this because this is 2 evenly matched, inconsistent teams
Chicago's
with a shit ton of
the
problems.
worst best team in football.
This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, which
They
Minnesota
win
team?
Ugly.
Yeah, they win games.
on stupid stuff.
Caleb can't keep the ball in the field. He sucks, and then he's brilliant. He's a savant, and then he's special needs.
It's coaching. They've got good coaching finally, and that's
and
keeping
they
the
got
team
talent
together.
around.
Oh, there's
all
talent
over
there.
the place.
And then you got the Vikings, who also I feel like they have a good head coach.
I'm taking Minnesota at home.
You're gonna take Minnesota?
I am. JJ is
Who's-
a mess, but
Is he starting? I heard
That's-
he was hurt again.
That's your favorite player, right?
oh man.
Is like no, but seriously,
liked
isn't he
those
hurt
Michigan
again? I read
kids.
that he might not.
I think that he's going to play. So
I'm gonna go Chicago.
okay, well, that's
I-
2 out of
I-
3.
As
I
of right now, Hard Rock has him playing. So if he was questionable, they would have him off the board.
All right, Chicago's a dog, so they would go in as the second bet.
All right.
What's the next game that you got up on board?
We got Green Bay, New York.
Green Bay,
Now-
New York.
This is interesting because Jameis Winston
Jameis Winston starting.
is starting. They are finally purging who I felt was one of, if not the worst head coach in the NFL.
What does Jameson do tomorrow?
I am
Tell
so
me, paint me the picture.
they're so injured, so it's hard to on the offensive side. But like I could see this being a game because Green Bay is struggling right now. I could see this being we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Tennessee for that first half came out with a new coach and looked like a totally different team for at least the first half of that
Okay.
game. Does New York come out and Jameis Winston have one of his good games?
Jameis Winston goes Kevin Costner.
Does he throw an interception?
Yes.
It's minus 210.
Holy shit!
You got to put it in your bet.
Wow.
You got to put it in
The
your
guy
bet.
that throws interceptions all the time.
That's funny.
It's just to throw one.
But he's going to throw a touchdown too because he also throws touchdowns.
He's going to
like,
go rage tomorrow. He's such a weird. You know what I
Yep.
appreciate about him? He's very what you see is what you get. He doesn't shy away from him being weird and quirky.
No,
that's
he's
a
fun,
weird dude.
He's a fun dude.
He's
in
a fun
press
dude,
conferences,
and
yeah.
he seems earnest. Like what you see is what you get. He plays with kids, and he seems jubilant and joyful. And
He's a happy guy.
he's a happy dude. He's a little weird to people. He was dancing with a crab the other day on
'Cause he
TikTok
likes stealing those.
because he was like he found out he was getting the start, and so he's going through this
Oh yeah,
backyard
he lays into
with his
yeah.
W, and he's got a little crab in an outfit. He's just having fun. I like to I appreciate that.
His yards are 200.
But he's going to go out there tomorrow and he's going to pop a cool down.
223 yards. That over.
I
too.
think there's a legit chance. I'm gonna pick the Giants as an upset.
There's a world where that could happen.
I think that could happen. Again, if they come out flat, we don't care. The season's over.
I'm taking Green Bay, and they might be my lock. But I'm going to take Green Bay to win the game. If I'm not laying points,
I wouldn't lock that one.
I'm taking Green Bay also.
Okay.
Green Bay
So-
lost to Carolina. Green Bay lost to
That's
Cleveland.
the I told you so game, Mark. So next week tomorrow when it happens, Bean gets a like, I told you guys, Giants money line.
I hear you.
I'm just Green Bay has struggled.
Their
Their offense, they couldn't score more than 7 points last week. They couldn't score more than 13 against Carolina. They scored 10 or 13 against Cleveland. They're not playing.
There's no
great.
continuity there right now. That's true. What's your next game on the board?
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Gross.
Burrow may be back in the next 2 weeks, which I don't think they should do.
Is this game, Mark? Is this game 17-13 or is it 43-38? Real question.
Equal chance for both of those
It's true.
outcomes.
In my money pick'em league, I picked Cincinnati with those points.
Okay.
Because I think if
In-
Steelers win,
in division.
they're gonna kick a field goal to win type of deal.
Here's the Steelers.
They allow Steelers. God, which defense is going to show
This
up?
was going to say. You ready? Here's their offense. 34-17, 21-24-23, 31-25, 27-10.
Yep.
So they're super
And
inconsistent
last week,
now.
to go on your Green Bay thing, Bean, where they don't look great, the Steelers came out and laid a hot one on primetime television.
That
You
was-
can't play prime time.
That was their worst game of the year. So maybe
so does it happen again?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
How much of a-
Rodgers got it out of his system.
How much are you going to let that go? So it was just a week. It let a
They
steamer
flew across the country.
and laid a steamer. So do they leave?
And
They're at home.
And Tomlin didn't throw him under the bus, but kind of did. Go ask him.
Winston interception. Warren.
I
You're-
might
you're
bet
running
against
back.
the
Jalen
Winston.
Warren?
Jalen Warren
I
tomorrow.
might bet against the interception.
Watch
just
Jalen
because.
Warren tomorrow. That's another prop bet. That's the second one. We're taking Winston for an interception. Watch Warren get right tomorrow. Warren's going to get right tomorrow. Going to get right tomorrow.
Get correct.
They have him
Gonna
for
get-
70.
He's going to
76
have
yards.
he's going to have 130 yards tomorrow. Tease that up.
So who you guys taking for the Cincy Pittsburgh game?
I'm taking Pitt. I'll take Pitt at home. I think it's going to
If
be.
Cincinnati loses, do they go ahead and just shut down Burrow?
They're hoping that if
I
they can
get it.
win,
Over 3-6. Look, I'm a delusional fan. I understand that.
and that's what it is. It's delusion.
It is, but if you drop to 3-7 with another divisional loss, and now you're down there with the Browns, is it worth throwing Burrow back in for what? Do you know what I mean? Even if Miami is to win the rest of their games and go 10-7, they still don't have great odds to make it with 10 wins because as good as AFC is.
because the fan bases are all canceling their.
They have Flacco to throw 263
Yeah, but
yards.
say Flacco's playing Burrow at the rate Flacco's playing right now. Burrow
They
isn't
have him
going
to
to
throw
come
2
in and be so
touchdowns.
much better that they
For
win.
As good as Cincinnati's playing on defense,
That's
leave
there's
Flacco
no point.
in there.
That's
no,
what I'm
there is
saying.
no
Like
point.
Flacco's throwing for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns a game. What's Burrow going to do more
Yeah.
that the defense isn't?
Yep.
It's not going to save your season.
Are you both taking? Who are you taking?
I'm going to.
Sounds like Bean's on the fence. Do it. Take Cincy
I
because you
know
want
I
to.
half want to because the wheels are coming off in Pittsburgh.
I think it is, I think you're right too. Pittsburgh wins the game if they play defense. I don't think Aaron Rodgers wins the game.
Agreed. Now, I need
5.5 is a lot. That scares me and makes me want to take Cincinnati.
That's why I said.
But I feel like
you could take Cincy and the Giants in a 2-team parlay.
Pittsburgh's
for
one
a
of those
dollar.
teams that they're good enough to get across midfield, and then bleh. So the field goals I'm always, you know.
No, the Steelers aren't the Rams. They're not going down there and,
No.
and throwing 15-yard passes, 4 out of 5 times.
That's why I say if the Steelers win, I see them kicking a field goal to win.
And that's why I
This
think
game to me,
Warren's gonna get
talent-wise, is
huge.
a lot like the Chicago-Minnesota game, where it's like just two teams that are at about the same place right now, even if their records aren't exactly the same.
But
So-
Steelers defense could get out
Are
there
you
and
saying
break
Steelers-
Flacco. They could break him,
So what do you think?
and then who they?
Yeah, I'm
going to
go
Browning is gonna
Pittsburgh
get
in
back in.
a nail-biter.
All right, sounds like we like 5 points, 5.5. I'll buy it up to 6, 7.5, and then I can lose by a touchdown and still win.
I want to take Pittsburgh to win by 3.
Yeah, I think
That's a good-
Pittsburgh
that's a good
by
bet. I'm
by
taking
1 or 2.
Cincy getting 7.5, but
Jacksonville over the Chargers.
oof, God bless. I'm an undercover fan of both of those teams.
Gross. Yeah,
every
this is
time
another
I
coin
talk bad
toss.
about Jacksonville, they go out there and
Yeah.
do something.
'Cause they're the
And
worst.
they're the home team
best
this time.
or the best worst team. I don't know which way to say that, but
Who you guys picking then?
I'm taking the
I'm
Chargers on
taking
the road.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers.
Next,
The Rams versus the Seahawks might be the game of the week.
the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah,
that is sexy. I'm giving me the Rams
I
on the
got
money
the,
line.
the Rams just seem like
Seahawks,
they
they
are.
score
Yeah,
some
s-
points.
real under the radar, annihilating.
They could be one of the best teams in the
Absolutely.
in the NFC because they're not even like fake anymore. They're
That's
they're
what
real.
I'm saying. And no one's really talking about them, and no one's
Puka's
giving them any
catching
respect.
12 balls a game, and then Adams
Seattle
is over
did-
there catching 8.
But
And
Matt Stafford's
what
on
about
a
that guy?
And he Stafford throws to like 10, 12 different receivers.
What about your guy in Seattle, the wide receiver?
did you hear the lines start really screaming out of there?
Click 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 click.
You not setting that hook.
Yeah, it's out there. So Njigba Smith is the man. He's the truth. He's the real deal. The Rams have a defense, but
They do.
Seattle's been doing well.
Matt Stafford's been on a tear also. He's like he's
MVP.
found the
I'm
fountain of youth.
I'm taking the Rams. And I could bet the Rams on short-term investment for the Super Bowl. I could have my arm twisted. We'll talk about that maybe on Wednesday
Okay.
about some Super Bowl props. We'll let this weekend get through.
I'm gonna take the Rams, but if you're listening, to me this is an upset special. Like I don't think it would be a bad play if you believe
How
in
you're
Seattle.
talking yourself through some options as you make your short-term investments with your schmeckles. You like the Giants money line. You like the Cincy money line potentially. You like Seattle. So what's wrong with looking at Cincy and Seattle money lines? And $1 would be worth. You'll find out.
Yeah, back and forth.
San Fran and is that your next game?
That's the next game. Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett's the man.
Should be San Francisco, but Arizona's they made
We
a
talked
little
about
I
Jacoby
could see
being a
this
stud.
being the third upset.
yeah they made a little switcheroo. at
I'm going to pick
quarterback.
I'm going to pick San Francisco, but I think this could be.
Isn't what's his name coming back? Why am I spacing?
Purdy.
Yeah.
He may. He was kind of supposed to come back last week. He got McCaffrey. They
They
They're-
have Brock Purdy.
They're still all hurt and
They have
messed
him,
up.
Brock
he
Purdy
hasn't
in there.
played in 2 months. Oh, he hasn't played in a while. I mean, maybe not 2 months,
God,
but
this is another one. I'm gonna go Arizona, but I don't know.
I'll go with San Fran, but I don't know.
Yeah, not a lot of confidence in this one.
No, because Purdy hasn't played in a
Right.
minute. So that's what I
Who
don't like.
shows
I'd
up?
rather have
I'm
Mac
I'm
in
still,
there.
yeah, like I say, I still say San Francisco.
That might be my third bet. Just on-
Baltimore, Cleveland. Here's my lock. I'm gonna go Baltimore over Cleveland.
I'm gonna buy. It's at 7.5 on the book as of now. I'll buy that down to 6.5, and I will take Baltimore. That'll be. But I think Baltimore wins straight up. Absolutely.
Oh, by probably 106.
Baltimore's garbage. So is Cleveland.
Baltimore's coming around.
Baltimore's doing something.
Baltimore's my lock.
Derrick Henry's quietly climbed into the top. I think 7 or so in rushing, and like
Baltimore's my lock.
it's yeah. Kansas City, Denver.
I'm taking Denver.
I think Kansas City wins, and I think they win. I don't want to say easy, but I think they win.
I think they have to win this game.
There's a lot of kerfuffle in Denver right now. Like supposedly Peyton and Bo Nix are trying not to fist fight each
Trying
other.
not to.
Yeah, Like it's not good over there.
They're trying that. No,
And they're 8-2. You can't have dysfunction in 8-2 team. What's
they
going
can't
on
even
there?
sit down and eat at the same
yeah,
table.
and you're winning, guys.
So, man, I want to take Denver in that parlay just for giggles.
I would like to, but man, I don't know. To me, this screams like this is a game that Kansas City walks in, remembers that they're Kansas City,
Yeah. I'm with you.
and handles Denver.
I'm going to lay. Well, they're -2. They're 2-1 dog favorite. So I
yeah,
gotta
it's
bet.
3.5. I'm seeing. I don't know if it's still accurate because Mark's got
Why
the
would you ever
second by
take
second.
never take an in division 3.5
Plus,
point
it's
game?
division. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You can buy it down to 2.5 if you really want to jam a needle in your arm and live dangerous. Then do that. But I take the money
Mark's
line.
over there.
Yeah, he is. He's already taken it.
So
Nope.
Giggity.
taking
The
Denver.
next one is going to be the upset.
There's my dog. You better believe it.
You taking? You
This is
taking
the third
Denver?
game. The
Hold on.
third.
Did we get?
Oh, what was your?
I said Denver. I'm taking Denver.
taking Denver?
in
Okay.
yeah.
I took Kansas City. So did
I'm with you.
What's the next game on the board?
The Lions and
Here
the
we go.
Eagles.
There's the third one.
That's the third one.
Detroit, and I'm
Yep.
going with Detroit.
The
Yep.
wheels have been trying to come off in Philly for the last 5 weeks. Now AJ Brown is coming out. It's like you're winning. Why are you guys? Why is everyone so mad?
If we've decided that the Bucks, the Bears, and the Lions.
Yep.
Oh my.
That's the 3 under.
The three of them, that is almost 15-1
It's $5 gets you 78.61.
for a $5 bet.
There you go.
So
bet.
a $50 bet. Oh, he did it. And you should. I like that bet. Now you got something to cheer for at 1 o'clock. You got something to cheer for at 4 o'clock. That's strong. The Lions are feeling good, and Philly does not look like they're doing great. A.J. Brown is turning into Antonio Brown.
Yeah, it's really kind of depressing to see how everything's exploding.
And they're keeping it together while it falls apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like any second, everything's just gonna
Yeah.
explode.
Yeah,
But right
the
now,
hole's gonna
there's
break.
smoke
Yep.
pouring out. It's still doing 110.
All is well. All is well. No, Kevin.
Yeah,
it's
I'll
not.
go Detroit.
Yeah, all of us are going to go with Detroit. And then the Monday night game.
Ugh.
I
Oh,
got
that's a terrible Monday game.
one of my. Oh, the game sucks.
Dallas might cover the over by themselves.
I like Dallas.
Oh, I will pick Dallas. Yeah.
They might score 50.
Yeah, I like Dallas. If I can win, if fate smiles today through tomorrow, I won't go Otani and push the whole thing in. But that Monday night game is gonna. You can see a lot of degenerates that are gonna be. I gotta stretch. That on Monday, they lose. They lose over the weekend, and then they're chasing. I grew up with that guy.
This could be one of those games where we're all confident and we think Dallas is going to win by 30, and then
Vegas
you're
walks the
texting
dog.
me at 10 o'clock going,
I really believe there's some type of a matrix out there, someone that's in Vegas that's already lived in the future. Because how they get some of this stuff like spot on is ridiculous. The half point. How do they get that half point?
It gets the action on either side.
But I mean, it's
Who is?
yeah. But that offense can just put numbers.
It can. It's there, and whether it's executed or not. Dak was the man for a month. He was the best quarterback in football, and then he had a bad week, and then he's right back to a heater again. So and he's got Pickens and Lamb. It could be any day. It's a keg of powder. Chances are. All right. So what else do you got for me? We got games to watch. We got games to short-term invest. We got Pokemon to rip. Miss Murdoch has 2 credit cards as we speak going through stores. Hopefully, yeah, looking for them. Going shopping with the girls. And if it's not at his place, it'll be at Seniors because they walk the dog, so they're going to be gone for a minute. So, yeah, man, we'll definitely hook that up tonight, tomorrow, whatever you want. We got.
I will be 3 sheets to you know what by 4.
Yeah.
I have a dart tournament that starts at 3.
I'll be at seniors.
Oh, wait a
so
minute.
that's
No,
where you'll find
2:30.
me. Yeah, we got to roll.
2:30 it starts.
I'll be at seniors. Yep, right down. Yeah, that's. I knew that that might even be more attractive. It's right down to. And holy. I
Let's-
want to thank you for making all of this possible. I want to thank your modesty and selflessness, Mark. I want to thank you for
betting
giving
on ping
our
pong
listeners.
right now?
So, oh my God, he is. I'm watching it happen. Don't. Oh, he's using a profit boost to get big. No, you're not. 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 I'm gay. He just bet $80 on a ping pong game.
A three player, $80. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, I gotta go, man.
That's how you end.